Somebody's connection. Pretty poopy. Yeah, not a lot I can do about that. Hello and welcome, heroes, to the Crit
I
Academy.
think it might be mine.
It is, for sure. Because my stuff works perfectly. Yeah, right. Hello and welcome, heroes, to the Crit Academy. I am your host, Justin. We are hopefully on the last episode of the Last Breaths of Ashenport Adventure module. We are here with our generous Patreon donors. Thank you guys so much for supporting our show and a monetary value. Because of your support, not only do I get to do this all the time, and my wife no longer is annoyed with it, she supports it, and we get to hire cool people to do help me write adventures and create custom maps for our patrons and allow me to spend more time making content for you guys. So thank you guys so much. I really truly appreciate it. Now on to the good stuff. Before we do a recap really quick, why don't we'll go around the table, tell me who you are or who you're playing, one or two lines about the characters, so anybody jumping in for the first time knows who you're playing. We will start with Chihiro.
Okay, Chihiro Savannah. She's a tabaxi sorcerer. She is a very dark-minded sorcerer.
Aren't they all?
Anything she does is with a touch of darkness, always. She's just very charismatic, I suppose.
Very cool. How about Sarah?
Sarah, I'm playing Morgan, a druid of the Coastal Circle. So, Morgan is a sailor and a lover of the sea by trade and by choice as an adventurer. So, and yeah.
Very cool. Lewis?
Hey, I'm Lewis. I'm playing as Griff Stormwind. Griff is a halfling, but he resents the term halfling because he is, in fact, a complete creature. And he's a fighter. He's a crossbow fighter. He founded the AFH Guild, the Adventurers for Hire. It's like his mercenary business, and he's out in the world trying to find more fighters to hire and to increase his market presence.
I love it. We did actually feature your character concept on last week's episode, I think, so hopefully you'll enjoy that.
Yeah, definitely have to listen to that.
Troy?
I'm Troy. I am playing Seven, the Inquisitive Rogue Warforged. He is a representative of the Lord's Alliance, traveling in all the different territories and maintaining the peace, because peace means the Alliance remains stable.
Love it. And Steven? Steven?
I'm Steven. I'll be playing Karos, Triton Warlock, Fabulous Warlock. It's a Marine.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
And he has pseudo dragon familiar.
I love those little bastards. All right. We are running as I said before, we are running the Last Breaths of Ashenport adventure module, and hopefully that we are closing it up. Does anybody want to tell us what happened the last time on Dragon Ball Z? No.
He did a lot of damage to the mayor, and that's all I remember.
Yes, our heroes have been invited to and poking around this massive this small trade port known for trading out fantastic loot across different people from around the realm. Unfortunately, the players arrived during a dark tide almost actually, where a mysterious song began enchanting the guests, and leading them out to the waters to their death. Our heroes investigated through blade, magic, and urine all over the floor. Right? Oh, that's a different character that Steven had before. Uh, and you guys have found that the area is either controlled by or being manipulated by. Did you guys learn his name yet? I don't recall.
We did, but I can't remember.
Uh,
The mayor.
I mean the
Yep, the mayor is the lead is one of the leaders of the cult. I don't know that you've interrogated enough to learn what cult it is, right?
Dagon. There he is.
You did learn it. Okay.
Dagon. I couldn't. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
And
everybody's been screaming for Dagon, or Dagon will take you for the last like 3 sessions.
great. I wasn't sure if it was clear. All right. So you guys end up doing a little investigative work, and you met up with one of the other adventurers in the area. Her name was
There's
starts with a T. Anybody? Anybody at all? No.
Tirza.
Tirza. Yes.
You did. Tirza.
And you were able to find her in the midst of battle with the mayor, the cult leader, in an underground passage underneath one of the buildings. Was it the mill? I think it was the mill.
We went into the mill, but we took the tunnels to the space under the inn.
Yep. And you guys engaged the mayor there and his crazy worshippers. Unfortunately, Tirza's ally was slain in the melee. You guys were a little bit more powerful than the mayor was expecting, and so he was forced to teleport out. And that is where we left off. Oh yeah, and the room flooded, and somebody made water walk on it instead of letting me drown everyone. I was not happy about that. Yeah.
Or freeze us in a giant ice cube.
Yeah, you guys. That's good. All right, so you guys are underneath in this ritual chamber, beneath the inn. Tirza is there and says, I cannot believe we allowed him to escape. Where do you think he went?
The mayor, I'd guess City Hall.
Don't you think
So we can
that's a
go
little
further.
obvious?
Where else do they have? I mean, this is their place of worship. Does he have a backup?
I say, unless there's more tunnels further down. We can't. We already checked out the church,
The tavern.
and I
She
think
says-
we're under the tavern, I believe.
Yeah, so you went in the mill, and there's a set of tunnels that you wound underneath that end up back underneath the inn, which you only learned about during your interrogation, learning that the inn actually had a path that went a trapdoor that went somewhere, but you ended up going a different direction and still ended up at the same spot because it's kind of all connected. She looks at you and she says,
He's likely gone for real.
I agree with her. Reinforcements is highly likely. To my understanding, my ally here, my servant, reported to me before his untimely death that he found a strange cave to the south. I do not know if it's related or not. We need to check the city hall per Seven's recommendation. We should also consider checking the cave. What are some other locations? Have you guys gathered any more information? Trying to see. I don't think you had gathered any additional information because you actually avoided the inn, didn't you?
We
That
wanted to
was
find
very-
Tirza and then go to the inn together.
Okay.
So
Okay. She says, well, we need to get out of here. The way out is back that way, and she points to the way that everyone kind of came. Now, you guys do know that there's probably some sort of trapdoor somewhere that leads from the inn as well, because that was given up to you during your interrogation.
yeah, I want to look for. I don't know. It might have been a short range teleport, so I want to look to see if there are secret doors or anything, any access ways from here that we haven't already gone through.
All right. Give me a perception check. If anyone else is helping or looking around, you can go ahead and do it as well. You guys can poke around.
Perception or investigation?
Secret door is in fact investigation, isn't it? Well, I think either one would probably work, but I think if you're actively looking, it would be investigation. You are correct.
Investigation would be a 25.
Okay.
17 plus 8.
So as you are, everyone starts kind of scattering around. Turs is there. She's actually rifling through her her servant's body, looking for some stuff. You see her pull out like some sort of scroll and stuff it into her pocket, and she grabs a medallion and sticks it in her shirt. And while you are poking around, Seven, you actually feel a light breeze coming from a small stone in the wall, probably a foot and a half by 2 feet wide, coming around from the bottom of it. As you actually get down and look closer, you can see that there is a small scraping that makes like a quarter circle, as if a door opens.
Do I see any way to open the door or grab onto the bricks?
As you start feeling around there, you don't feel any levers or anything like that, but you do find a small porthole that seems to be moist all the way in it, and you can see dribbles of water running down to the floor.
It be opened?
You push, pull, and tug, and it doesn't move. Does anybody have... I would say we're gonna need a...
I have a crowbar.
That might work.
Support hole.
Yeah, so you see a little hole in the rock. It's probably no bigger than like $50, and as you look into it, it kind of curves and goes up, and you can see that it's very slick and moist, and water that comes out of it, or whatever comes out of it, is dripping down onto the floor. You're not sure how it seems to correlate, so I will need investigation checks from anybody that is actively trying to figure it out. I'm going to go ahead and let who was it, Griff, that said the crowbar?
Yeah.
So Griff walks up and starts puts the crowbar in there, and I assume he starts pulling and pulling on it, trying to get a door open. Go ahead and give me
22 investigation.
Go ahead and give me a strength check.
Sorry, I used yourself.
Yep, no, you're fine. Go ahead and give me a strength check with advantage. And any other investigation checks?
None worth noting.
Okay.
Doesn't work. Can I use Mage Hand?
You can. So do you want to try to use Mage Hand to send it up into this little hole or something like that, or what would you like to try to use it for?
The door.
Okay. So here is the complete halfling Griff. Is wedging on and leveraging on this thing, and a tiny little ghostly hand comes up and starts pulling on it along with him. And at first it won't go. I need to know what your strength check was, Griff.
It was a 19.
All right. And as it starts to kind of not gift, the hand gives it just enough as a chunk comes breaking off. At this point, Seven, you realize that considering the area you're in and the fresh dripping water down the hose or down the hole, you suspect that water or some sort of fluid probably trips the door, and now there's a big chunk taking out of the end. You don't think it'll mess the function of it, but it's missing the big end of it.
I'm gonna turn around to our druid and say, "Can you force water up this thing?"
Why, certainly I can. In fact, pull out I have this water pouch that's a little different than your normal standard water pouch, and my little decanter of endless water. Pop it open.
Perfect.
And I go, I tell, okay, just a little spurt, and I'll let it shoot right up the hole in the side
So
of the wall
as you
there.
put it in there, the big chunk that came off because from Griff and Chihiro, it splatters and splooges everywhere like a fire hydrant up against a wall. And at first it just all over and starts quickly filling up the area already. But you kind of wedge it and get it in there. And as you push it, you can feel the force loosen as if it's following a complex path, and then as the water gets up, some of the bricks start to twist and move and start to kind of do it. They start moving in different, almost like gears, until you hear a loud clink and they all slam and a door comes down towards you guys. A door slides open and then a hatch comes down, kind of like one of those old attic doors, right? It opens up first, and then the stairs come down based on the water flow, and you can see that the water pushed a bunch of things to create this kind of complex passageway. And as you look up, you're probably about a 30 foot. See, awesome! Like delivery of fresh made cookies. I mean. Nobody didn't ever complain about that. You can see a wooden door at the top of this 30-foot set of stone stairs, and Terza says, "How did you ever figure that out?" As she looks at Seven.
What we do,
Griff-
and then I
Griff-
turn and go up the stairs.
Griff holds up his crowbar triumphantly and says, "I think I did it."
She says, "Absolutely. Clearly we could not have done that without you. Especially the floating hand was a nice touch." But no, okay. So as you guys get towards the top, are you gonna open the door, Seven?
I'm gonna check it for traps.
Oh, okay.
Just, you know,
give me
Doors.
give me an investigation check.
23.
So you poke around, you run your hands around the outside, and you find a fine little wire across. You quickly lead it back to a little gizmo trap and realize there's several little holes, likely a classic needle trap. You've seen them a dozen times. Do you have anything in your pouch or your arsenal that you could fill the holes with to jam them?
Probably in my thieves kit.
In your what?
Want me to
My
flush it out?
my thieves tools.
Okay, so in your thieves' tools, you pull out a bit of some ball bearings as well as some like tar, and you plug up the holes and then cut the wire, and you see and the arrows are just sticking through the tar and knock some of the bearings out. You turn back, everyone. Looks clear.
I'll open it up.
With a loud creak, the door creaks open, and you find yourself just behind the bar, opening up on the floor of the bar, kind of like a cellar door, and you come out behind the bar of the Salen. The Salen. Damn it! One day! The stupid inn. The smooth sail in. And the first thing you immediately notice is the waitresses and stuff are still running around, but you don't see the bartender anywhere. And a bunch of the guests have run to the window and are pointing and shouting out the window.
Seems like a good time to run to a window and see what's outside the window.
Oh man, that's so good. Homemade snickerdoodle.
Ooh.
It's it's awesome. I even rolled them myself. Anyway, so you see the strangest thing down the main aisle that leads out to the water. You see a large misshapen water, almost like a tide of water, moving in towards the southern end of the city. You can't see what's under it. I don't know if you've ever seen Final Fantasy X when Sin is coming up out of the water. You can't quite see his form because all the water that's washing over it, but there's some sort of strange tsunami-looking thing heading towards the south end of the city. And everyone is pointing and screaming and...
Is it taller than the buildings?
yes. Tsunami level.
I'm going to take a brief moment to see what's before us, and then quickly cast water breathing on my party. Good for 24 hours, so make good use of it.
I don't need it, so if you want to toss it on Terza.
It's up to 10 people, so it'll get everyone in our party that can use it.
So, a wizard...
But yes,
I'll take it twice.
Terza and the rest of us.
What's that, Griff?
I said I'll take it twice then if Seven doesn't need it.
Yeah. 2 days worth of water breathing.
A young wizard apprentice says, Miss, is that the water breathing spell? Please cast it on us, choose us. I do not yet have the power to cast it. I don't want to drown. Now, many of the patrons are now doing the same thing and are clamoring for your magic.
That was my last spell slot for that particular spell, so sorry.
What? You're gonna let us die? We're gonna all drown. Do you not see the tsunami coming? You got to help us. They're pulling on your shirt and they're surrounding you and pushing you up against a wall. Oh, this is so
Okay. Cool. Then I'm going to turn into a ferret and scurry away.
Oh, man. All right. So now we have a water-breathing ferret running around. Fantastic. So you shapeshift, and you can hear the crackling, the traditional crackling and breaking of your bones as they reform and knit. It doesn't hurt, but it changes pretty quickly. And then you scurry through the legs, and do you go out the door, or do you just find a hiding spot? Okay.
So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna use whatever vantage point I can get. I'm trying to find the stat block for it really quick. So that
All right. What is Chihiro doing?
Life one is running around in front of me, but yeah.
Oh my god.
She's going to probably spend 8 of her sorcery points to get back a 4th level spell slot. I think.
Any other what about Griff?
Griff's kind of still just looking out the window trying to figure out what this thing is that everybody's looking at.
Okay, go ahead and give me a Arcana check. We're gonna go with Arcana.
That is a 4.
It's a big wave of water.
It looks wet, y'all.
What about what do we got? Karos. Is it Karos? What's Karos doing?
Karos.
Tagging.
I was just real quick. Control water, would that help if I wanted to move it to redirect flow of the water? Would that move it back?
How much can you control?
If I wanted to,
Does it give you a
if I got
dimension?
close enough.
What is control?
Your range is
trying to-
300 feet.
Ooh.
Up to this is a cube of up to 100 feet on the side.
You can,
Oh wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Um.
I have this lot, so it's right here in front of me.
Yes. If you could get close enough, you definitely can do that. What's the range on that? Looks like 300 feet. So yeah, if you got a little bit closer, you probably could totally do that. Well, that kind of puts a damper on my plans, now doesn't it?
I'm gonna try and get closer and try and do that.
All right. So after Morgan in ferret form bursts out of the tavern, Karos falls behind her, or falls in behind her, and starts moving his Triton body and chanting. And you can feel his body. You can feel and see his body as it trembles under the weight of the spell. As you see the massive the the massive wall of water begins moving towards you. What you notice immediately that everything that you see is not all water. You can feel it in the control of your water. Where are you going to move this water to?
Back out to sea.
All right, so you do a kind of a motion back and forth, a motion like the ocean. But I need a button for that. As you ebb and flow the water, and you kind of redirect it, waving your arms, and you turn it, and it does a U-turn. And as the water begins to recede, you see this just ginormous. I don't know how. Let me see if I can come up with a good way to describe this. This giant shell-like creature. I want to say it almost looks like a crab, but it's very alien. It's got, these massive tendrils that are lashing out, and as the water washes around it, it kind of lowers into the water and moves towards this the southern part of the city before it dives back underwater, and you lose sight of it to the south around some of the buildings.
Massive?
I would say probably building size, 50 feet wide, maybe. Looks like a big giant crab, as far as you can tell.
Let's see it.
So what is the plan of action? The water. So half my plan just got ruined because somebody's just like, F the flood. So thanks for that. All the people run out from the buildings and just start hailing thank you to Karos. They are just, oh my God, I thought we were gonna die. We were all gonna drown. Did you see that? And he turned it away. He batted aside like a kobold. Then they are throwing their feet at you. So what is the adventurer's plans? You are still... Terza looks at you and says, we still need to find the mayor. He's clearly not done, and we don't know if that song will play again, that call. Do you think it came from that beast?
I would guess probably. Do I recognize the beast? Is that...
Give me an Arcana check.
That's what I was afraid you were going to say.
I assist with
I'm good at a lot of things, but...
If it's a knowledge check and you want to go ahead and do this, anybody with Arcana training can give a roll. I think...
Do I have to train in Arcana?
No, anybody can
trained
go
in
ahead.
Arcana.
Anybody can try to discern it. DC will just be higher if you're not trained.
I know, it's a 9.
18.
Those teens were lovely earlier, but not this time.
What was that, Chihiro?
18 with expertise.
Oh, nice. All right, so you, as you're poking around at this thing looks... Let me see if I can find a name, a name in this cluster of monsters. Hang on.
Dagon.
No. It is not. So yeah. So as you're looking at this thing and the water rushes around it because of Karos, you realize that this is some sort of avatar of Dagon. You don't believe it's Dagon himself because no deity would be pushed away so easily. But it does have a similar form of the alien deity.
And we know that Dagon is a primordial from another plane that they were trying to bring in.
Yes, from
We
the
figured
water
that out
plane.
last
Yeah,
time.
it was from the water plane. From your investigation and stuff, you figured that out. I think it was from the plane of water, right? Yeah.
Now we need someone with the ability to banish black to his plane.
So Terza
Just
says,
stab things in a fancy way. I don't know. I
What
don't
do-
vanish.
what does
Do I
Griff
know
think about it?
anything about
Oh.
him since Tritons are from the water plane as well?
Yeah. I would say that you know that Dagon is a monstrous deity worshipped by creatures such as the Kuatoa and other crustacean-like fish people. I don't know. As a DM, I don't really have more than that personally. But if there's any pieces of information that I can give you as we go through, I'll do that. But you definitely have heard of it. It's just like anybody else. You know it. You know he exists. You know that he's monstrous. And you know that he's got some crazy worshippers because he requires sacrifices. Otherwise, he drowns entire cities, which is exactly what, on your guys' investigation, that the reason they started worshiping him is so that he would keep this city from being, flooded, which you happily diverted. So thanks for that.
So is the mayor like still actively doing something to control this thing or summon it?
That's a good question.
We haven't
Say-
found him yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we think we failed to stop the summoning, which is why this is happening. Because we stopped all the cultists that were summoning, but the mayor was around the corner. We didn't see him finish the ritual.
Yeah. And
I think.
I would say that's a pretty good assessment of what's going on. Bravo. So right now the thing went to the south and is out of your vision, but you guys can hear loud I don't know, like cannonballs smashing into buildings, I guess. You do hear some sort of destruction, but it's out of the line of sight as the thing moved towards the south. Should probably
I'm
go
going
look
to
at that map.
bound off in that
Okay,
direction.
we're high ground. I need to know, what's the highest high ground I get to? Tall building, something, top of the mill, I don't know.
Towards, I would say, let me look at some of the buildings here. Okay. So when you were down by when you headed, we're scouting around and wandering around the city, you did spot the tannery, which is one of the few two-story buildings. It's a little more in the center, but it is towards the south, so you feel like you probably could get a good view. It's not as high as the church area was, but that's all the way to the other side of the city. So you believe that the tannery, with its 2 stories where it dries all their leather, probably will give you the best vantage point in the city, at least towards the south.
Are most of the buildings here 1 story? The inn was
No,
2 stories.
no. There's. I'm sorry. It's one of the few 3-story ones. Many of them are layered, going down, but there's not as many 3 as there are 2. And then there's the closer you get to the water, there are 1 story, but they're on stilts.
Okay. There was a cave to the south. Is that in the general direction of the coast?
Yeah, she mentioned.
think.
Well, she mentioned it was to the south. Terza does pull up a map that was. You realize now it's the thing. The scroll that she pulled off was some sort of hand-drawn map, and it's a very. It's basically a circle that represents the city, and there's some like X's for some of the bigger buildings, and then there's an X with a circle that's with question marks on it, which he alludes to might be where the her ally was taken. But she also says we could stop by the if we head towards this direction. If you still are interested, we can stop by the mayor's townhouse center thing.
City Hall.
Yeah.
It's on the way.
Yeah. What? So is that the plan then?
Yeah, because I mean, I if there's a giant
Good to me.
monster thing at the end of town smashing stuff up, I want to see what it's doing. But I also want to find the mayor, because if we can stop this thing without having to fight it directly, that would probably be more efficient.
Yeah, kaijus aren't exactly pushovers usually. All right, so you guys start making your way through the town. The rain is just pelting on you. The sky is overcast. You can't see hardly at all. You can just see big giant. I mean, you can see the rain has lightened a little bit, but it's still making it lightly obscured for rules purposes. If you care, it's not heavily obscured anymore. You can hear the sound of something crashing as you guys make your way through the city. There are some screams coming from the south off in the distance. You guys twist and turn in between the buildings, and then you spot a large stone building. It appears to be one of the taller ones, but not necessarily the largest in Ashenport, which is clearly the sigils on the above the door clearly identify it as a seat of government. Most of the windows are dark, but a lantern does shine through a few of them, forming peeping eyes in the building. Forming peeping eyes in the building's facade, and suggests that somebody is probably inside.
We've met the mayor, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we talked to him on the beach once before.
And then tried to kill him.
Griff's gonna cast Alter Self.
What? Okay. Where's Griff going with this?
Gonna look like the mayor.
Oh.
Sky Self?
I don't know if I can. If I can transform my appearance. I decide what I look like, including height, weight, facial features, sound of voice, hair length, coloration, and distinction characteristics. So I guess, like, to the best of my memory of the mayor, is what I want to make myself look like.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. That's got a concentration spell, right?
Yes.
What's the duration?
Up to 1 hour.
1 hour. Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys, as you guys are walking, you see you see Griff start to kind of like gummy like gummy starts to stretch. It gets all thin and his body kind of twists and contorts. And next thing you know, you're running alongside an armored version of the. Wait, can you change your arm? You can't change your armor in that effect, right? Or is it an illusion? No, it's transmutation. Yeah, it's not an illusion. So you're yeah, so it is a physical, actual transformation, not like disguise self. That's a illusion. So your body twists and contorts as you're running. Next thing you guys know, you realize you're running next to the mayor in more rough armor with a big crossbow on his back. You guys get to you guys are at the door of the town hall, and the crashing and thunderous noise is louder than it was previously. Clearly, you're getting closer to the source. Are you guys heading inside?
Yes. I want to go inside, and then I'm looking for stairs. I want to go up.
Yeah.
All right, so you walk inside, and there is a big, two sets of desks and two young ladies sitting behind it, a blonde and a brunette, and the blonde is sitting there, says, "Yes, can I help you?"
As I'm running past her, I'm going to yell, "The city's under
Sir?
attack. We need the mayor."
Sir, you can't go up there, sir. And she just...
No, these are my friends. It's all right. They're with me.
And so as
That's right, I forgot about you.
Seven just walks right in, and then right behind him comes
The mayor
Griff.
knows.
Oh, sir, I didn't realize you were... I thought you were... She kind of eyeballs each of you. Busy.
Yeah, I just had to run down to the store real quick for, pack of smokes.
What? Give her a deception check, please. You have to beat a
This is going well.
12.
Ooh, nice. 14.
She says, "Oh, that's not." And the brunette and the blonde look at each other. That's not the busy I thought you were doing, but okay, fine. That gentleman is trying to go up to your office. I didn't realize he was a friend of yours. So yes, please go right on. And if there's anything you need, sir, just please let me know. Sir, there's a giant rat around your feet. Do we need to get the box again?
I sit up
Yeah,
there
you can go
with
ahead and take care of that. Also hold on my appointments. I'm gonna be pretty busy this afternoon.
care of
So
that. I follow 7 up the stairs. Fuck that.
She says, "It's getting away! It's getting away!" And the lady runs in the back and tries to get a box. She just kind of looks at Karos and Chihiro. Welcome. Just right, and they kind of just usher you right up the stairs. Janice, get that. Get it. It's running loose. We cannot have it getting into the food last time. You know what happened last time we had a rat in here, right? And you guys make your way up to the second floor. And
don't want to have to fire you, Janice.
So much cuter than a
Karos,
rainbow.
through his familiar, is going to say, "That rat is my friend."
My God, they fly now. Strange. Let's be honest. A ferret and a rat, to most people, is the same.
Bad. Ferrets are just so stinking
They
cute.
stink so much, though.
Yeah.
Oh
The
my
sticking
gosh.
is right.
Yes,
Oh
they're
my
stinking
gosh.
cute.
I've met
They're musky.
skunks that didn't stink. Okay, as bad as a ferret. Okay. Anyway, so you guys make your way up. You do a kind of the stair goes up and then to the right, and then there's a long hall with a door on the end. It says the mayor's office on it, and then another one to the left that says Sheriff Karen on it.
I'm gonna check the mayor's door for traps.
As you are walking down the hall, because I assume 7 is in the lead, right? Because you said you were going up the stairs. So as you're walking down the hall, you step on a board, and it kind of clicks underneath your weight, and a yellow powder fills the room out of the cracks of the wood. I need everyone to give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Is that for something you breathe?
Oh, son of a bitch! Yes.
Everyone but him.
Yes, it is everyone except 7, you construct bastard.
I really love 7. I may
This
stick
is
with it
on
for
the
the next round and
con.
find some other way to play new characters because I love him so much.
All right, the DC is 15.
Yeah, I failed.
Oh, that's not good.
I got a 6.
That's not great either.
9.
Oh man, this is so bad. What did
I was thinking traps. I just was thinking the wrong spot. My 20% passive perception didn't save me on that one.
Nope, sorry. I'm still waiting for Karos. Hello. I see you're looking around. Are you having trouble finding your die? So those of you that failed, instantly the hallway just disappears, and you are immediately assaulted with your character's most horrifying visions as you are affected by the phantasmal killer spell. You're gonna take 19 points of psychic damage, and you are terrified of your greatest fear at the end of the hallway, and you immediately run back down the stairs. So starting at the top, Chihiro,
Quick-
what is Chihiro's greatest fear?
Chihiro passed. She doesn't feel anything. She got 23.
Oh, she did. Okay, awesome. So we're gonna ignore that for you. Morgan, what's Morgan's greatest fear?
Poor little ferret's greatest fear is the desert.
So the entire area disappears, and you are caught in a heated desert. Your sweat is just running down your furry little face. You can't breathe because it's so hot. Your feet are sinking into the sand as you begin to be swallowed by the quicksand, and you immediately try to scurry away.
Quick question: as a small furry rodent, I have a hit point. So does the psychic damage break?
It does break
my
that.
shapeshift? Okay, so
And then it rolls over. The excess damage rolls over, which, what did I say, was 19?
Yeah.
I have this horrible habit that when I roll my dice, I then move them all back. So they're never on what I actually rolled, and it drives me nuts when I need to remember.
So the remainder damage goes to me as I change back
Yes.
to human form. Got it.
What is Karos's greatest fear? Desert too, right? Get it? Because he's a Triton.
I thought it was 15 that...
Did you make it?
Yeah, I had
Okay.
15.
Okay, great. All right, so as you step on this thing, it clicks, and...
Is this...
Go ahead.
I just had a quick question. Is this gas what's causing all this fear stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And is it still
Yeah, it filled the whole room, or the
in
whole
the
hallway.
area?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I use my racial spell of Gust of Wind to clear this area of the gas?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Go downstairs to the girls.
All right, so is that
I
a...
will do that.
Okay.
Clearly in on it.
So as the yellow... whoop, did I miss Griff? Did Griff fail? What's Griff's greatest fear?
Bankruptcy.
Ooh.
Oh, dude. So, there you are. Broken. Armor is all rusted. You can't fix it. And there are 7 debt collectors standing over top of you, complaining about all the things that you owe 'em. What kind of things do you owe money for?
Ooh, definitely have borrowed a lot of weapons and equipment on credit that I meant to pay back later.
Fantasy IOU.
Trying to rip all the things off of
Oh
you.
yeah, they're just pulling things off you left and right. The only thing you got left is your loincloth, and you're running away screaming. The loincloth, and then that you feel from your back as your crossbow detaches, your most precious item. And you are bolting down the door, or down the stairs to escape this. At that point, does 7 continue onto the door, or does he take any actions before I have the gas blown away?
Keep going towards it.
All right. You do spot another.
Looking for traps.
Yeah, there's 2 doors. So go ahead and give me the investigation check for the traps. And while 7 is made his way over to this door, Karos, you walk to the end with your back to 7, and you release a gout of wind that blows all of the yellow dust downstairs, and then all of you hear is the 2 girls down there screaming their lungs out, and the door slamming behind them. This effect... I'm going to go ahead and only make you roll twice instead of doing it every 10 seconds, because that's going to take too long. But if you've been affected, I need you to give me another Constitution saving throw. But that's where we'll end it, because what's his name blew the smoke away. What'd you get, 7?
My investigation was only a 15.
All right. So as you're looking at this trapdoor, you find a strange insignia on there, and you recognize it as some sort of arcane glyph. It's just barely visible, almost as if it's almost partially transparent on the door handle. You have seen magical traps like this before. Anybody trained in Arcana?
Chihiro, I need you to come take a look at this.
Oh, is there anything I have to avoid?
As long as you don't touch it.
Yeah, there's a
I mean,
magical
like-
sigil here.
You just stepped on something to make a big gas cloud. I'm just.
But that's gone
worried-
now.
Are you sure there's
I'm
nothing
moving on to
else
the
on the
next
floor?
problem.
Okay. Just making sure there's nothing else on the floor that I can't currently see because of a big yellow cloud.
He blew the cloud away. Karos released a gust of wind that blew the cloud out of the room. So, it was not a fart, honey. Though, but it was probably just as bad. One that shows you your nightmares. Did I get a Constitution saving throws from everyone that was affected by it?
Yeah, 13.
Oh, that sucks for you.
Yep.
What else? Anybody else? Griff?
Griff.
Oh, mine was a 6.
Oh, again?
Roll again.
Oh, we roll again.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Because
sorry.
you're still under the. You're gonna take a second blast of the effect.
Yeah, this time it's a 9.
Oh, well, luckily that'll be the last one. And then that was just you two, right?
Yeah.
You guys got off pretty lucky, I think.
I'm fine. I don't know what the problem is.
I don't even feed it. That's only 16 points of psychic damage, and the effect does end because it was blown away by Karos. Chihiro, you walk up to the door and you see this arcane sigil. You've seen this many times before. It's a very common magical spell used to imbue explosive magic called Glyph of Warding. It does a myriad of other things, but it requires usually a command word, an incantation, or some sort of magic dispelling or removal to get around it. Do you have anything like that right off the top of the old dome, like dispel magic or anti-magic, anything? I got the hiccups now.
I have more combat spells than I do have general use spells.
Yeah, and that's okay. That's usually what happens in my games. So what you're gonna have to
the
do?
max I've got is Mage Hand, Mending, and Message.
Do we need to spell magic?
Yes.
Dispel magic. You got dispel magic handy?
Yeah, I have dispel magic.
Can you hit the door with it?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll do
So.
that. I'm gonna need a short rest in order to get my spells back.
Good luck on getting that. I'm not super generous with those.
Yeah. I don't play short rest based characters in Justin's games for a reason. That's one reason I went with the rogue this time.
All right. So so Chiro, you're focusing, you're studying on this. You realize it's going to require specific type of magic. So you turn and Kiro steps up. He obviously has the spell. He begins chanting. You see this kind of orb of water encase the arcane sigil, and it kind of shrinks a little bit and closes on. Then it explodes, and then it compresses as you see it just kind of dissipate, and the door remains intact as the spell is neutralized. Looks clear.
Clear. Is it unlocked?
It is. Well, now it is.
Alright, I'm gonna open it up.
All right, you open the door and you bust into a very generic-looking office. You got a big pull-down, chart thing that shows the city. There's a mess of paperwork on the desk and a pen and quill and some chairs and everything you'd expect to find in a mayor's office. Except for the traps you wouldn't expect to find in a mayor's office. What does Morgan doing?
Morgan's gonna heal herself because she's in bad shape after that. So yeah.
Good call.
Yeah.
the entire building trembles and shakes, and you hear kind of a gurgling bellow coming from outside and more screaming. What is Griff doing?
We're inside the mayor's office now.
Yes.
And he's not there.
Well, he is wherever you're standing, technically.
Okay.
But no, there's nobody in here.
Okay. I'm not sure.
What kind of?
Yeah, I guess just. Mhm.
So what toolkits do you have? Is there anything you want to look for? You guys came here hoping to find a way to,
See what's going on. We're going to higher ground. Yeah.
to better.
Yeah, I was hoping to
understand.
find the mayor himself. Yeah, I'm just kind of like waiting to see what the rest of the party wants to do, because I was really hoping to see the mayor here.
All right. What about Chihiro? What are you doing?
I'm going to jog 2 potions of healing down. I think
All right.
that great.
All right. So as you guys are patching up your wounds, 7.
So first question, is there a window in here?
There is 2 windows on both sides. Not both sides of the 4 sides. Opposite of the door is 2 windows, and then to the south are 2 windows. So yes, you can see out it if you want to go and look. And then on the
first, I want to look out the window, see if I can see the creature and what it's doing.
Yes, you can. You can see it appears to be just tearing through several buildings and eating people. Eating kind of whoever it wants. It seems to be attacking. I mean, everything you would expect a kaiju to be doing. It is tearing down buildings, but it doesn't seem to be crawling out of the water. That's an observation you quickly make. I'm going to give that to you because of all your freaking high perception bullshit. You do realize that there's a pattern that it doesn't seem to be coming out of the water, so it's only attacking things that it can reach.
Okay. So, and then I want to use my eye for detail feature, which lets me make investigation checks as a bonus action to check let me read this correctly. You can use a bonus action to make an intelligence investigation check to uncover or decipher clues. So what I'm doing a really quick scan of the room. I'm looking for anything that might give me a hint as where he might be or his office might be. Not his office.
You're in his office.
Lair. Not his office. His lair or the cult headquarters or any sort of clues.
Okay. Go ahead and give me.
I want to do that quick.
Go ahead and give me those checks. And while he's doing that, what's Karos doing? Are you muted? He's talking, so he can hear us. I don't know if he's muted or not.
Earlier, it seemed like everybody but me could hear him, so I wasn't sure if it was just me again.
I see him talking, but I don't hear nothing, boss. I don't think he's muted. Try screaming. Ah!
The logo.
Yeah, like his.
Unless he's got a separate mute on his headphones.
Oh, maybe yeah, because his light.
That's it.
Is his light coming on when he talks?
No,
It's not. All right. Well, you figure out with that. I'm gonna move on for right now. But yeah, your light inside the chat room's not coming on, so it's not picking up your mic. So, all right. So, what was your check, 7?
25 again.
All right. So as you, I just envision you kind of just running your hand along stuff as you're walking, very Sherlock Holmes. If you, oh wait, you don't breathe. As you pick up the dust, you look over and you see the map of the city is on one of those pull down rigs, and you can tell that the knot that's holding it down seems to be loose enough to be released open and closed pretty quickly. You go and you tug on it, and the thing flips and rolls up, and behind it you see a kind of a cavernous design, almost like a hand-drawn map of a cave system nearby, which matches with what the positioning on the map that Tez, what's her name? Tez, I forgot her name already. Terza has. And it doesn't have much on it other than a few details. One specifically saying, what language is it Aquan? It's Aquan, right?
Primordial.
Aquan is a dialect of Primordial.
It's written in Aquan, which if you speak Primordial, you'll get. Is a few key words. Does anybody speak Primordial?
The one time I'm not playing a Genasi.
Oh, I see Chihiro's hands up. Chihiro, you speak Primordial. So, you see the words Stone of Dagon written on a location on the map in Aquan or Primordial or what have you. Do you share that information with anybody, or do you just kind of keep it to yourself?
Share.
She had to think about
A
it.
Stone
Like,
of Dagon.
Yeah.
yes.
I am going to real quick grab. I have a notepad and a quill and ink and sketch out this map. I'm going to draw it real quick.
Okay.
My proficiency with painting.
Of course you are.
My-
So, I don't know if anybody's seen Death Note, but I see him whipping out the pen like in a whoosh, and then these long, broad strokes. He comes up with this just
I might have to do a
masterpiece.
sketch artist. You know, I mean, I went full detective, so yes, I'm proficient with painter's supplies.
So he draws not only a replica, but a pristine replica that looks even better than the original. It's like if I drew a cave and then gave it to a real artist to draw a cave. They look similar, but one is clearly superior. Clearly, he has a penchant for this.
Have you seen? Or do you remember the iRobot with Will Smith?
I do.
And the robot starts drawing like
Yes.
super fast, like just
Yes.
like a printer across the page.
Nice. I love it. All right, and that's what you that's the information you've managed to gather here. Has Chihiro and Morgan managed to recover a little bit of their health and stuff?
Yeah.
You expend? Okay. Good. Good idea. Griff, you look out the window and you see this thing just tearing through the buildings again. I mean, it is just a catastrophe everywhere. The water is just spewing over people. People at this point seem to have run, so it's mostly attacking the nearby buildings. And as it shovels stuff into its claws and then into its mandible-like mouth, you see these slithering tentacle things, hanging from it. I mean, I say they're huge, like 20-foot tentacles, as it's devouring, shoveling stuff into its mouth. So what is the plan?
All right, we need to head to this. I'm guessing this cave thingy is the one that we saw before, so that confirms, I think, where we need to go. Yeah, I want to get people away from the coast. I mean, I kind of assume everybody's running.
Yeah, I did. I just said that when
Um,
Griff was looking and managing to poke outside, he didn't notice that most of the people at this point have gotten away. It's mostly just appears to be destroying buildings.
Buildings can be rebuilt. This is a diversion.
Yeah,
Let's
that's my
do it.
thought.
What kind of heroes are
So,
you?
All right, then yeah.
The ones that know how
Buildings
to
can be rebuilt.
triage.
All right, so
Because I assume we get rid of Dagon, this all goes away too. So might as well go right to the
Yeah,
source.
gotta stop the mayor, stop the cult, unsummon the thing if we can.
okay.
I don't think just shooting arrows at this thing's gonna make it go away. So At least not little short bow arrows. I'm all out of harpoons. Get harpooned.
That's funny. All right, so you guys make your way back downstairs. You see that the clerk ladies are nowhere to be found. The powdered dust is settled to the ground at this point. You guys make your way outside. The light rain is drizzling on you. The sound of this thing is so vicious and so horrible, screeching like train track tires when it bellows. It's less of a bellow and more of a screech, right? You guys make your way through the twisting complex of buildings. I'm not going to make any checks because you have a near replica map now of where you're going. So, so you guys managed to hang on, let me find my note here. I have to find, here we go. Okay, I think I know where I'm at now. Quite the pain in the rear sometimes to follow along with some of this stuff. Alright, so you guys see, I found the map, but I can't find I'm struggling to find the description of the next actual area, which shouldn't be an issue. Alright, so as you make your way around towards the south of the city, there's a large outcropping that you can't help but notice. You have to kind of try to pass near the ginormous creature that is viciously attacking in order to get to the cave. It doesn't seem to be actively seeking you out, so you have a couple of options. Somebody can try to create a distraction and allow the group to pass through, or you can try to stealth through and just avoid them entirely. Or you can come up with some other clever-ass plan that you as players can come up with.
I want to look at the aquatic druid and be like, can you push the water back?
Even more? Pushing
Because
the
it can't leave the water.
Oh, I
And
see
you
what
push the
Yeah.
push the coast, like force that water back away
Control,
from the
yeah.
city.
A druid of the coast that can't move the coast? Come on.
No, I can totally move the water. It's essentially the same spell that
I don't know
Eldritch
if that's a high level spell. If you want to use it for that, if you use that spell slot, it's an idea
it is
that.
the highest level spell slot that I have.
Okay, well that's a really hard ask then. So that's up
At the
to you.
moment,
I'm
it's the
happy to
only-
stealth. I'm happy to stealth.
I'll keep that in my back pocket if it is a must needs use.
Okay.
Is it in a 15 feet
Height.
cubed area? This monster, is it? How
15
big is
foot
it?
cube. It's technically, if you're talking cubes, it's about 20 feet on each side. So 4 by 4.
Giant
Yeah.
size.
I would say probably huge size.
Over
If you're going mechanics, let me look at the.
I think it's large than huge than giant.
Yeah, I
Lost
just
hole.
need to know how big it is in terms of how many cubes.
It's about.
Like how many
I think
squares?
4 by 4 is probably good. Let me double check here. Let me check now, because now I'm questioning myself. Because it's supposed to be like building size, like dragon size, but let's do.
That makes it about 40 feet tall. Yeah. Right.
20 by 20 is gargantuan. That's the one I forgot. I was thinking giant, but I meant gargantuan. Size of a purple worm.
Yeah, there's a map somewhere
Kraken,
here.
a purple worm. Gargantuan. 20 by 20.
I did find. Yeah, it is gargantuan. You're right. It's 4 squares by 4 squares. I was like, I know it's bigger than giants. I finally found the grid. So yeah, so it's 5 by 5 if you need to know square wise. 4 by 4,
That's
sorry.
fine. I would like to make a silent image of it.
A what?
silent image. It basically
A copy?
creates an image, an exact copy, apart from it doesn't do anything, it just sounds and smells exactly the same. It's a sensory effect of for distraction purpose.
Okay.
Suddenly there's 2 of them.
Well, I'm thinking if it won't attack us, then we can do what we want and it can concentrate attacking this invisible thing.
Copy of itself.
No, I see.
Yeah.
I see where you're going, and I need a second to think this out.
Like you should go with like a avatar of Palor or one of the other gods it'll fight with.
Kind of a whole
Just
kaiju
confusion of a
fight.
duplicate. Shoot, I left my scroll of summon Tarask in my other pants.
How dare you? The rarest creature in the world ends up in every campaign.
I've never actually encountered one, although I do have my Tuesday campaign. It's a creature. It's a minor god, actually.
Go away, Katara. You've put me in an interesting situation, and I can't tell you why. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. All right, so Chihiro starts, waving her hands around in the air like she just don't care. Quickly chants a spell, and you release a rush of energy. Is there any sort of appearing effect you want to describe, or do you just want it to into existence?
It's more black as it comes out, more smoky black.
Yeah, I knew you wanted to go with that dark shadowy look. So this illusion, she starts summoning this thing. I guess you wouldn't know it's an illusion right away. She starts summoning this thing, and you see this dark, billowy, black energy start to take shape, and it grows and grows until the energy around it kind of smoke dissipates from it, and you see a massive duplicate of this creature. Now, there's no noise coming from it, correct? It's just a silent image, right?
Yeah. It smells the sound, and apparently it looks exactly the same, and sound smells the same.
Okay. So the two of these, God, man. Are you gonna make it kind of move towards and attack the other one, or are you gonna push it off to the side and make it hopefully draw the other one away?
I'm going to do the first one with it. So I'm going to see if it can draw it away. If it doesn't, it will go and attack.
Okay. So you summon this thing off in the distance a little bit. You have it kind of splashing and raking its things. And now I can only imagine how the people that are seeing this feel right now. Like, as if one wasn't bad enough, right? The other one kind of turns a little bit and slowly begins to kind of move towards it, allowing you guys to pass. I'm not going to make you guys get any checks or anything. I think that was a very clever use of that spell, and I'm kicking myself in the foot right now. So, so you guys are quickly able to dash around and go from building to building. You end up on the soft sand, making your way around to this big giant, because the area was surrounded by mountains, right? You start making your way around the outside, and you come to kind of a small, like a bay, I guess, that has a well-hidden valley that seems to go into the mountain. How long does your illusion last?
10 minutes of concentration.
Of course it does. Okay. Did you get your sound working there yet? Life can be a bitch sometimes. All right, so you guys start making your way in. Now we get to the good stuff. Where is my?
It's way better than a 4th level spell.
1 second. What'd you say?
And it's a first level spell as well, which is even better.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
The silent image, you can make it look as if it's moving, like it moves naturally.
It literally is. The only thing you can't do is make it have a sound.
Yeah. So pretty much can do everything else, but that thing is making so much noise and sounds. How would you not know? How would you be able to know, right? Let me check this.
We just need it confused for a moment, really.
Right.
And I can waste a first level spell, it's fine.
Oh, this is cool.
Not so much my fourth level spell.
This is so cool. All right. So as you guys start making your way through this little valley in the mountains, it starts to kind of descend a little bit, and you see this rippling, this jagged opening that almost looks like it's got giant teeth hanging down over the stalactites.
Tights.
I got it. Once in a million. Won't ever happen again. The stalactites hanging from the top look like teeth, almost making this look like a maw and a throat that you guys are walking into. Are you guys going to head right on in?
Ominous.
I'm going to pull down my dark vision goggles so that I can see better. I really just want to re-emphasize how high my passive perception and investigation are for these traps coming along, or for the traps that will be up here.
Yeah.
So
What's
it is 20
your
passive perception,
right?
My perception is 20 and my investigation is 23.
Okay.
Oh, just
Ooh. My passive perception is 22. Is that something you needed to know?
Probably.
get that high.
Sorry.
I guess I have only.
My passive perception isn't so great, though. Personally.
Mine neither.
Yeah. Well, I
It's all-
understand that. I wish I had stats half as good as my characters.
Right? I'm going to the gym so I can do some of the things my character can do. Like walk a mile without losing breath.
Upstairs.
Oh, that's funny. All right. So as you guys start making your way through the tunnel, who was that? Morgan that had the high perception, as well as 7, or Chihiro?
I'm letting 7 go first, anyways.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
as
He doesn't need to breathe.
So as you guys start making your way through this collection of tunnels, luckily because frickin' 7 drew you a map, you actually are able to make a straight beeline towards the center instead of going through all the twists and turns that do exist in here that I probably normally would make you check for. You get to a small area, which is on the paperwork doesn't show a dead end, but you run into a slightly dead end. As you approach both 7 and Morgan, you do spot a strange deformation in the stone. With your previous experience of step traps, it's pretty easy to spot. And at that moment, a small blast of energy comes out of a tiny little hole in this wall that streaks across the area. Roll initiative. So for the purpose of
Getting
this,
right into it.
For the purpose of this, you guys avoided the traps on the way in. Not because of the map, but because y'all can just step around shit. But on your map, this is not a dead end. But here is a dead end with a small, I would say, what do they call those, arrow slits?
Mm-hmm.
And a blast of energy just came streaking out of it. So go ahead and roll initiative.
Stop that. I didn't mean because I want to use that.
All right. Let me know when you got it.
21.
21 for Griff.
Yeah. Also, Griff is definitely up on the roof of the cave.
Can anyone hear me?
Of
There's a
course.
spider climb.
Hey, yeah, we can hear you.
The top again. Yay! Welcome back.
I forget that he likes to walk on this. I didn't forget that, actually. All right, so Griff is a 21. 16 for Chihiro.
15.
15 for Chihiro.
No, 15 for Morgan.
16.
Sorry. 16 for Chihiro.
7.
That was also 16.
And Carol, hey, you got here just in time for combat. Or not. Can you hear me? Karos? Steven? 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 I feel so bad. Oh, it says you're on mute now. I can see it on the thing.
Yeah. Maybe that's actually
Inside the... Well, I checked earlier and it wasn't. So inside Discord, on the bottom left of the screen, there is a... Next to your name is a mute button. There you are.
Yeah, there's
What's your initiative?
what's going on? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Out of 14.
All right, so what is Chihiro and 7's dex modifier?
7 has a dexterity of 4. I don't have the highest dexterity. I'd be very disappointed.
Right?
But hold on, I'm a cat.
I'm a purpose-built robot. What's your point?
You're a...
So naturally dexterous.
What is your dex at?
Who?
Yours.
In real life, my dex is at
No,
0.
no, I meant your character.
What's going on now?
We can hear you, Steven.
It's a +2.
Okay, so he'll go first, even though you both got 16. So this blast comes streaking through at the person leading the party.
7.
And it's not going to be at surprise because as the blast comes out, 7, you spot it at the last second and do shout, "Look out." So it's not going to be at surprise, but he is going to go first in the initiative with his 22.
We'll do it.
Yeah, I rolled a 20 on his initiative check. Can't ever get it for my own. So a bolt of crackling lightning streaks across as you guys are coming down this hall, and I need everyone to give me dexterity saving throws.
Really?
18 for Griff.
Oh, shit. Okay,
19 for Chihiro.
Nine.
7 got a natural 20 for a total of 27.
Nice.
Expect nothing less from you these days. 19.
What?
So the DC is 15. You take, on a failed save, you take 22 points of lightning damage and 11 on a successful save. As a bolt of lightning streaks out through the hole and captures everybody in it. I'm going to say that, well, no, the tunnel is designed to corner anybody that's coming in. Griff, you're able to spot right through this tiny little hole. Do you have crossbow expert by chance or something like that?
Yes.
So this entire little arrow slit, not a problem for you. You can see the motion of the little bastard hiding behind it. And what do you want to do?
I want to shoot him.
All right. You're going to take aim. Go ahead and give me your attack rolls.
Yeah. It's going to be 2 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. First one was a 7.
Not going to do it.
And then a 24.
That'll do it.
Damage on that one is going to be a crossbow. Ah, there it is.
Tall as a tunnel.
You
two.
know.
All of 2 damage.
Oh, that's 2 damage.
That's it.
No
It
modifier.
should
To,
have your dexterity modifier.
yeah.
Let me make sure.
You're-
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, so 5 then.
All right. So as you as the bolt of lightning, the burning of flesh smell kind of dissipates a little bit. The crackling energy is still kind of bouncing around the cave a little bit. You quickly draw your crossbow. You lower it. You take aim. Unfortunately, flashes of lightning are blinding you a little bit, and you loosen several bolts. And you hear a ah as one catches the voice that you do recognize the scream as the mayor from the other side. But Morgan and Seven, you immediately spot that the missed shots do not actually hit any target, but instead pass through it. All right. Anything else, Griff? Action surge or anything?
No, that's gonna be it for Griff.
All right. Do you want to try to take cover behind a stalactite? There's stalactites.
Yes, absolutely.
There's stalactites all over the ceiling, so you've got all the cover that you need. I just see him like peeking around. All right.
My spider climb. Jeez.
7. You just spotted those arrows pass right through the wall.
Yeah, so after I evaded the lightning, taking no damage, diving forward under that arrow slit hole thing, I'm going to push into the wall and check it, see if it's an illusion.
It certainly is.
Okay.
He turns translucent, and you can see, as you confirm and disbelieve the illusion, you can see the look of horror as you lock eyes with the wizard as of the mayor as he realizes you can see him. He's like, no, this cannot be.
Well, then I'm just gonna have to go ahead and use my bonus action for insightful fighting. So this will be my insight versus his deception. He is gonna need to beat a 24.
Oh,
Sorry, a 22.
There's no way.
He's gonna have to beat a 22.
Nah, he failed. You know he did.
I know he did. I love that +8. Okay, I now get to sneak attack him. So if he was right behind that hole, then I'm all up in his grill. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stab him with my rapier.
Yep, it was. You quickly seen through the illusion.
It is a 16 on the die plus 7 is 23 to hit. 8.
He holds out his hand, and a barrier appears. And your weapon, your arrow smashes. Oh wait, no, it's 23, doesn't it?
Rapier.
Your melee, 23. So the rapier smashes into a watery mist shield, but then penetrates as part of it cracks, and a hole pierces through his shield spell. His AC is 22,
Good.
by the way, with his shield. And you just barely got through.
Alright, so I hit on a 15. I'll have to remember that. Or say at 15 he can't do shit about it. Alright, Yahtzee. That's pretty good. Let's see. 4, 8, 12, 15, 16, 17. 21 points of piercing damage.
Wow, that sucks for him, not for you. So you with a bold underthrust, you slip past his weak defenses, penetrating his shield and skewering to his lower half.
That's all my actions.
All right.
See, I'm gonna circle around behind him, so that
All right. So you kind
between
of clear
me
out.
and the rest of the group.
So as you guys look up, you see 7 just meld and disappear into past the wall. Chihiro.
The illusion of the wall stay up.
Yeah, they just because you're melding with it, they don't know it necessarily that it's an illusion. You still have to disbelieve it, either by interacting with it yourself or using a check to try to disprove it. Unless you actively decided to tell somebody that, hey, I think it's an illusion.
I was gonna on my turn say that your bolts went straight through. I think it's an illusion.
Yeah, that's one of those things that's
But I'm
so.
waiting my turn.
That's one of those things that's just so minute. But because of the nature of illusions, if I'm not detailed on it, it makes illusions kind of worthless once a player themselves
I
knows.
just didn't know if it was concentration.
The illusion?
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
Nope. The spell, you mean?
Yeah, just because I stabbed him.
Yeah, it's not.
So, if it's not concentration, then never mind.
Actually, it's single-handedly one of my favorite spells in the game. Actually,
Silent image.
no, minor illusion. Go ahead, Chihiro. Sorry.
I'm going to cast a ray of frost at the exact point that I noticed this spell coming out.
Okay.
From wherever it was coming from. I'm not going to interact with anything else.
All right.
And hit 26.
Ouch. A ray of frost right in the kisser. All right. Is it like a black ray of frost or shadowy or dark or like black ice? That shit sucks.
Black ice. Black ice.
All right. So, as Seven releases an assault of thrust, he slips around him, and Chihiro, you take that opportunity to blast through the tiny little opening, and catch the little bastard with the black streaking ice, right into the through the little crevice. So the way I'm treating this is he has partial cover or 3/4 cover, which is pretty nice. But even with his shield and with the cover, you guys are still hitting really high. Like he's got partial cover and he has magic shield and he has, well, I guess the mage armor isn't as big of a deal when you've got big shield. But anyway, so you crack into it. This black ice smashes into a watery barrier, and like a bubble, part of it pops as it freezes open and crumbles apart, and your blast catching him right in the side of the neck, and you can see the black ice kind of starting to rise up his neck, and he kind of shivers a little bit from the attack. Anything else?
Yeah, that was 7 points of damage.
Cold damage?
Yeah.
Yep.
His speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Oh, that's gonna suck later.
Yeah.
How long does that last? Oh, hey, I hear you, Karos. Glad to see you're there.
That, doesn't until my next turn.
Okay. Anything else from Chihiro?
Let's have a quick. I probably will shadow play. Hold on, sorry, I'm just double checking something. No, not up in his wheel yet. No, I'll probably prepare another ray of frost for my next turn.
Okay. All right. Nothing with your bonus action or anything like that?
No.
Okay. We have Morgan up next.
Yay! All right. So I'm going to draw my sword and I'm going to make a big show of, hey guys! And I'm like half in and half out of the wall. I'm like, it's not actually here.
All right. Since you moved right within it and are standing and giving clear information, I would say that's clear disbelieving that it's fake. That's still gonna mess up their brains though. So okay, can I as my official rules lawyer there, Mr. Troy, when somebody announces it, should I still go ahead? Should I just give it to everyone and say they automatically can see through it, or should they get like an advantage on a free intelligence check against the thing to disbelieve it? Illusions are one of those things that are such a difficult ground when it comes to just giving it to somebody.
I think it's
Minor illusion?
Yeah.
Advantage on
It's
Cantrip?
Yeah, it says you create if a creature uses its action to examine a sound or image, the creature can determine that it is an illusion with a successful intelligence investigation check. It's basically still saying you need to make it even if you know, but even if somebody's standing halfway through it, it's still hard to walk right into a wall. You know what I mean? So
But the image can be no longer than a 5-foot cube. So
yeah, the hallway is it's a narrowed passage. It's designed to funnel you guys into it. That's how the lightning bolt hit everybody.
Oh, okay, I missed it. Okay.
Yeah, so as
I thought he was using like a big.
no, it's just
thing.
it looks
Okay.
like it looks like a wall with the arrow slit, but it's just an illusion that blocks the 5-foot hallway, which is still pretty big, but so he could get sneakiness on you. But I'm stuck on whether I should still make everyone do a investigation check or just give. I'm just gonna give it to you for now, but I'd like to hear your thoughts on it.
Physical
later.
interaction with the image reveals it to be an illusion because things can pass through it.
Yes, but is
Yeah, it's
that
like
is that just for that
Platform
person?
9 3/4 situation.
Yes,
Right.
thank you. That's a real.
I mean, I assumed it.
That's a really great one.
Mhm.
So I don't know. That's something for later, but
Yeah, I mean that's not say rules as written as rules as intended type thing.
Yeah.
I kind of always treat once somebody reveals something as an illusion until spell stuff goes away. I always give it a transparent appearance, like you see it's still there.
but you can
Now
see through
you
it.
can kind of see through it too. I would assume once everybody knows it's an illusion,
They can all
um,
do it too.
and then they all can kind of see that the wall is there, but it's not really there. That's
Okay, we'll go with
how
that
I
then.
do it. But
So
I'm also not a big illusionist.
well, yeah, that's what I said. It's one of those things that, in order for it to work right, you really got to kind of ride the line of the way the illusions are supposed to work. The platform 9 3/4 is a great example. You know the wall's there, you know it's fake, but trying to run headlong into it's still gonna make you very uncomfortable. All right, so Morgan, what are you gonna do? You have clearly demonstrated the fakeness of the wall. It turns a phase, a kind of a blue for everyone, which means his AC now goes down a little bit. So thanks for that. What are you gonna
I'll
do?
need all the help I can get because I'm going to attack him as well.
Okay.
And that's an 8, so I don't hit him.
That certainly is not going to do. What kind of attack you using there?
I was just using my weapon at this point, so I pulled my sword out, my cutlass, and in going through and relaying back to the party that it was an illusion, was also moving into position to attack him.
God, you lowered his AC by 5 with that. That was supposed to last me at least a round.
I'm sorry. Did you try to use an illusion against me against this character with
I was
any
hoping.
expectations?
I was hoping. All right, so
I'm
you
against an illusionist as well.
what's that?
I am a illusionist as well.
Yeah, illusions are so much fun. So Morgan, you come in with a barrage of blows, but unfortunately, this powerful shield, you keep smashing into it that appeared out of nothing but mist, and when you hit it, little waves of water just ripple through it, and he just cackles, ha 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 ha. He says, "You dare ruin my plans? How dare you? Do you know how long this city has survived, and you think you can defeat the power of Dagon? Ha!" All right. It is. Anything else, Morgan?
No, sorry. I had to trying really hard not to obviously yawn in front of everybody.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm boring.
No, I just have, sometimes you get fits of yawning and they just don't go away. And yeah.
Yeah. Alicia does that when I talk about anything. Just yawns a
Oh,
lot, right, honey?
I'm not bored at all.
All right. What is Karos? Karos, is your mic working?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. I don't hear you at all.
Yep.
I'm just
Nice.
kidding. Gotcha. All right, it's your turn. So here's the situation, because I don't know how long you've been there. You guys are inside a tiny, inside of a tunnel passageway. An illusory wall has been in place between you and the mirror, and your buddies Seven and Morgan have surrounded the caster and are beating upon his arcane shield as Griff hangs from the ceiling and lops crossbow bolts at him. And Chiro is releasing gouts of black, icy death at him. What are you going to do?
Okay. I'm gonna use every warlock's favorite spell and cast Eldritch Blast.
Nothing wrong with that. All right, give me an attack roll.
Let's see here. Ah, crap. That's an 8.
So as you take aim at him, you channel the what color is your energy? You're very much a water person, right? A Triton?
Yeah.
So these
Titan and then also Fathomless subclass, so
Oh.
everything's water-based.
That's really cool. So this bolt of this like bubble of water forms and then streaks across like a squirt gun and smashes into another watery shield at your enemy. And he kind of his eyes dart at you. Ha ha! I love a good magic duel. Water against water, not like that ice witch over there. And he kind of eyeballs Chihiro. Do you got anything else?
Yes, I'm going to use my bonus action to have my
Can I point
familiar
out-
fly in and attack him.
Your Eldritch Blast at our level is 2 attacks.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad you caught that because I totally didn't. I'm so used to Firebolt, which is just 2 dice rolls or 1 attack roll.
That one misses as
2
well.
damage. That one bounces off the shield and hits a stalactite, and a stalactite falls on the ground.
For my bonus action, I'm going to have my familiar pseudo dragon Lockheed go in and
Lockheed?
attack him in melee.
All right, that's really cool. Give me an attack roll. He's got a.
Where is that now? Use my sting attack. 12 to hit.
Not gonna do it as your pseudo dragon tries to. They got like a stinger on his tail, or
Yeah.
oh, that's cool. Tries to stun him. Once again, this barrier is just absorbing every attack, and he cackles. He says, "The power of Dagon cannot be defeated." As Seven still is removing his blade from his gun.
It's like as he's pulling his sword out of him. Like,
Anything else, Kuros?
I think that'll be it.
Um,
Actually, I'm gonna use my movement to go around a. Is there a stalactite or down
yeah,
on the bottom that I
they're-
can get
the
behind?
stalactites are on the ceiling. The ground has been cleared for a path, a walking path.
Oh, okay.
So
Never mind.
That's
Try and
one of the
find
benefit
some
of
sort
Griff
of
walking on
cover.
the ceiling, I guess. So you, the mayor looks deep into the construct, Seven's eyes, and he says, "You are strong. How well do you fare to follow Dagon?" And you hear that oh so familiar beat that you heard a night ago that entranced most everyone. This swaying of the ocean, this eerie bell tone. I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw. Do you have any benefits against being charmed?
I do not.
Okay.
Just that I can't be put to sleep.
Okay.
However, 19.
You feel this dark energy twisting through, but you've become adjusted to it, and you shrug it off. And then he immediately responds with, "You dare defy." I can't even get it out. You dare ignore the wishes of Dagon, the gift that he is trying to bestow upon thee. And we go to the top of the initiative, and he says, "This is blasphemy." And he says, "Fine, if you won't follow Dagon, you'll drown in the seas." He holds out
Heard
his
this tune
hands.
before.
Why something you don't know?
He holds out his hands, and you hear a rush of water as the water begins to rush into the entire area from the ocean, as it is almost sucked into this entirety of this cavern, and the entire area fills with water, and he starts laughing. Ha 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 ha! Now you will drop. What is this? As he realizes you all can breathe underwater. He's like,
being prepared.
yeah, I know.
Don't even have a nose, people.
So after he casts this oh so familiar control water spell that you all are so fond of, the area rushes with water and instantly fills, and the look of pure terror as it goes from a oh shit, as he realizes that you can breathe underwater, and that I think there's still damage that comes with that. So let me check here. Didn't one of y'all have that opened up? Oh, I think I found it. Control water. So I'm doing the flood. Oh no, there's
Whirlpool. It's if it's the whirlpool effect.
No, it would be the flood effect. He's bringing the water in, so I don't see any damage with that. So you guys are lucky. That sucks. All right, Griff. You're now hanging upside down. Your ears popped from the water. What do you do?
Kind of feel like my crossbow would be useless underwater.
Oh, I don't think so. I think piercing weapons and crossbows still function underwater. Everything else has disadvantage.
Right.
So it's like a harpoon gun at this point.
Yes.
I'm double checking it, but I believe that's how it works.
I think it does.
I'm just as not proud of this as I am proud of it.
Yeah, it says unless the weapon is a crossbow, it has disadvantage. So you should be okay.
Oh, perfect. Griff says, blasphemy, huh? How about a blast from me? And he fires his crossbow.
No. That's really good.
Oh, I love it.
And the first one is it's 25 to hit.
That's gonna do it. He holds out his hand,
Nice.
and another watery barrier appears around him as your bolt pierces through it, and a look of anger and stress pops on his face.
So that one's 7 damage. The next attack is 15 hit.
That's not gonna do it. That does get stopped as it stops halfway penetrating through the barrier. God, I can't. That AC is so much less intimidating. I gotta keep using spell slots now. And he's still out from last time.
And then Griff's gonna duck behind a stalactite again after that.
Alrighty then. So he kind of eyeballs you and he shouts, "Coward! Attacking from a place of hiding is the way of bandits and thieves."
I like hiding behind illusion.
Right?
That totally yeah, I deserve that one. All right, 7.
No, you're supposed to say I meant to do that.
Oh, it was planned. Of course. I don't have to say it. It should just be assumed.
So you have to be a dagger, a javelin, a short sword, a spear, or a trident. So my rapier is useless. However, I have a lot of daggers. So this guy, being oh so annoying and still right next to me because he clearly hasn't learned his lesson, is going to get... shit. Does he have a shield up still?
He does. He cast another one when Griff attacked him. If it makes you feel better, he can only do that one more time.
Yeah, except that holds me up for a whole turn. That was a 20 to hit.
It's not going to do it. Oh, it does, because it only has a 17 AC with the shield now. Because he lost the +5 bonus from the hiding behind the... Oh, no, his AC's 17 +5. No. He had 22 with the wall. He doesn't have the wall no more. So
He didn't have the wall when I stabbed him either, because I got up in his face. Through
Oh,
the
yeah.
illusion.
You're right. It's 20, because his AC at basic is 17. Plus the shield
He's wearing like half plate or something.
Yes, he is. Well, it's mage armor, but...
Mage armor's only 13 plus dex. Oh, I guess he
Yeah.
has +4 dex.
He does. So yeah, okay, we're good. The range attacks are the
All
ones
right.
that suffer.
So then, if he has a shield up, it didn't work. However, since it occurs to me that a dagger is light, I'm gonna bonus action
Offhand,
and stab him with my other dagger.
do it, make it happen.
So, nope, that's even worse. So,
So with a loud thud, your daggers are not quite as effective as your rapier. Unfortunately, you can't penetrate his shield, though they do crack a little bit. Hopefully, an ally will be able to penetrate it. Anything else?
that is all my stuff.
This is where it gets interesting.
Only until he runs out of shields.
Yeah, that he has one more. I mean, I guess he could upscale it, but then he won't be able to do any like attacks. All right, so Chihiro, the area around you has flooded with water. What are you gonna do?
Nope, you're muted. Somehow, I see your mouth moving, but
I still see your mouth moving. No audio. No.
Like a headset mute.
Maybe. Do you have a mute?
Um,
There it is.
is that better?
You're good.
yay.
Yeah, there's no mic on my headphones. It's literally on a webcam.
Oh, well, that's cool. Different.
Yeah.
All right, we're good.
Cool. I'm gonna Ray of Frost again because my spells aren't affected by any water at all. Let's roll. Natural 20
That's pretty
Damn.
good.
plus
That's
7.
pretty good. So what it'll do, it'll be you're gonna do whatever your spell's max damage is, and then you'll roll your damage again and add it to it.
16. With these little dice I have to remember.
D&D Beyond.
D&D
Yeah.
Beyond.
It's really nice in a pinch.
Oh,
'cause sometimes
just
I'm like,
make it 3 lots of 8. There we go.
16 plus what?
8.
All right, so
It is very early in the morning for me.
yeah, I know. It is like
Well, that's
2
right. I keep
a.m. or
forgetting that.
something. 1 a.m.
2.
Oh man, I admire your dedication. I didn't see her yawn.
it's nothing to do with me being tired.
I'm just giving you a hard time. All right, so
I did drink a load of coffee before I started.
well, we appreciate you going through such effort just to hang out with us. It makes us feel very important people, right, guys, girls? All right.
Player's better.
So you hold out your hands, and you find a tinge of extra power as you release a gout of ice. You see there's a crack in the shield caused by Seven's daggers. He couldn't quite penetrate, but you take that opportunity to loose a streaming beam of black ice, which as it's going through the water, it changes into a barrage of jagged spears as it sails through the water. So you're going to do cold and piercing damage as it breaks through his shield and leaves little chunks of icy black daggers inside of his body as he kind of just screams and bellows a little bit, and you can barely hear the bubbling echo of his squeal of pain that brings you hopefully some joy. He's hurting pretty bad. The blood is starting to float around him. You can see it spewing into his little shield to the point that the shield almost has a clear physical reddish form now. He's hurting pretty. He's not feeling super great. Another couple blasts like that, and he might not make it. Anything else, Chihiro?
I'm thinking it's best to stay at my distance at the moment.
All right.
Oh, he's also got a 10 feet reduction.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know that he's going to be able to get away even if he wants to because there's so many people standing around him. Morgan.
It's not a big space. Okay. I Misty Step behind him just far enough away that when I cast my Thunder Wave, it isn't going to strike any of my party members. So he needs to. So basically, I blink out of existence right in front of him and then reappear behind him about 10 feet or so, gauging from where 7 is. Can I lose my spell?
Can you loose your spell? Yes, you can.
Okay. So I'm Yeah.
I'm gonna be clear.
Okay.
You're in like a 5-foot tunnel
Mm-hmm.
full of water
Mm-hmm.
underground.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just making sure that's clear. All right. So how do you see this this attack unfolding?
So when I reappear behind him, I'm going to cast a Thunder Wave. It only is a 15-foot square radius that it affects. And he has to make a Constitution saving throw.
8.
He has to beat 15.
Yeah,
so-
he's not. He got an 8.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so the idea would be as I stand behind him, I'm basically going to try to reverse the effects of his controlling water with this, like
Okay.
using the thunderous wave, and I'm going to try to push him, the water, all of it back out of the cave.
Okay.
There, and that is the
All right.
momentum, at least.
So you release this massive blast of energy,
Mhm.
and send a shockwave. The water goes kind of in all directions. You see a momentary second where you can see into it, and then you hear a loud crack and crumbling as he screams and bellows, and all the stalactites above you shake and rumble and break apart and start to drop atop everyone. I need dexterity saving throws. How does that work
Okay.
underwater?
I misunderstood this. I thought the whole cave was full up with water.
It is.
So how can they fall?
They're just kind of, they're heavy and they're you're
Oh,
right.
they just-
Drifting down is more
Sorry,
of a...
I was like, wait a minute, I'm so confused.
No,
See, if they're falling slower, does that give us advantage?
Yes, well, see, that's what I was trying to figure out. That's why I said I don't know how this works, because I think you have disadvantage for being underwater, right? For movement. Well, maybe not. Just movement is moved. I would
maybe
say,
the
you know
swim
what?
speed.
Advantage. Would give you advantage. Because it doesn't say anything about that. And, I mean, it would make sense that you would have
Lighting.
slower reactions, but they're also moving slower, too. Even though, you know, when you throw something in the water, it still sinks to the bottom.
Right.
All right, so DC is 15. What do we? The damage is going to be 12 piercing damage, or half as much on a success, or none if you're freaking 7, because I hate rogues. All right. Anything?
I got an 8 plus 7. I got 15. 7 takes no damage.
So the
He took 11 damage and was pushed 10 feet.
Yeah.
by the way.
So he flies and his shoulder gets pierced by a falling piece of debris, because that still applied to him too. And he did not do very well in both situations. So now he's embedded with frozen icicles from Chihiro. He's been punctured full of holes, and now he just had a stalactite dropped on top of him. Griff, who's actually sticking to the top, does not have to roll or anything, because he's just standing next to these things as they
Above it
fall.
Just lost his cover.
Literally above it all.
So the cover that's in front, he's kind of poking around, and then after the rumble, it just kind of falls down. He's like, well, I was using that. Anything else, Morgan?
No.
All right. Karos.
Okay.
Hey.
I am going to use my tentacle deeps attack. Is he within 60 feet of me?
He is.
Okay. So Karis is gonna have this watery tentacle go down into the ground from his arm and then burst up to the ground right next to him and make an attack.
That's cool. That's really cool. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
$18 to hit.
That's not gonna do it. He still has his shield spell up.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Then that was my bonus action. My action, I'm gonna use my Eldritch Blast again.
Okay. Remember, you get 2 attacks this time.
Mm-hmm. Oh. 19 to hit.
Not gonna do it, man. I don't care what anybody says. Shield is such a powerful spell. For a first level spell,
That's even lower. Way too low. I ain't got a 12.
It's great if you're getting focus fired on.
oh yeah, for sure. Like this guy is. All right, because that's really the only thing he's really got going for him. Well, it was supposed to be the whole water thing, but you kind of screwed him over on that. Like, it was funny because as a DM, I knew that you did that, so I could have opted to not do it. I was like, no, he has no idea. That was his main shtick, is to try to flood the area and drown everybody. So I wasted a high-level slot and cried in tears. All right, so you release several blasts as they streak through the water. As they move a little slower than you're used to expecting, they smash into his water-like barrier shield, which is still visible, but is now kind of coated and kind of filling with blood from his body. He's hurting pretty bad, but unfortunately his AC makes him a bitch. Anything else, Karos?
I think that's everything.
All right. Griff, the familiar sound and ringing of the call of Dagon rushes through your body. You have touched this. You've experienced this feeling before. Give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
12.
A deep voice rings inside your head. My servants, you have finally come around to the way of Dagon. I, your lord and emperor, beseech you, deal with my enemies who have invaded my sanctum. You are now under the dominate person spell, and your goal is to defend both the mayor as well as the stone of Dagon to your dying breath or until you beat this. So instead of just saying exactly what you got to do, I'm going to leave how you handle it up to you. Are you okay with that? Okay. Each time you take damage, you can make another saving throw. Let me see how. Yeah, so I think you're boned. I don't see you getting another saving throw unless you take damage. The guy was if your creature friendly well, he's charmed. Yeah, you are charmed for a minute.
We'll just knock you out and then revive you.
Subtle. And that is the top of the round. The The mayor is struggling. He's got shit blooding all over him. His shield kind of dissipates. He's taking a deep breath. Let me go back to his stat block here and see what cool other shit I can do. I'm running low on spell slots. I totally should not. I should have let. Well, I couldn't have you guys not get something in him after into the same combat, so wouldn't have been fair. But I'm also not a very fair person, so I think I'd have been okay. No, okay.
I didn't get anything I didn't already have at the end of the last fight.
He
I didn't get hurt, and I didn't use up anything, so.
Surprised I only had 2 spell slots that I used last time.
He pushes. He was pushed back, which knocked him out of melee range, if I'm not mistaken, because he failed, so he has no issue of moving around. So he is going to do his best to swim over alongside Griff, and he holds out his hands, and you see a spark of fire appear. That glowly gets bigger and bigger in his hands, and you can see the water around it boiling hot until all you see is boiling bubbles as he does a Hadouken, and this stream of bubbling water lands in between you and erupts into a massive explosion of, I don't want to say fire, but heated water, boiling water, as it sears all your flesh, except for Griff, and he's going to cast Fireball. And I need dexterity saving throws from everybody.
Now, he was slow. Did he get all the way?
Defined all the way. He was already
Pretty
pushed
Griff.
15. He was already pushed 15 feet, and he has
But,
he has a swim
lost
speed.
10
He's
feet.
not slowed, if that's
Okay.
what you're asking.
No, he lost 10 feet of movement.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, so I'll say he's not quite next to. He's within a short range of Griff and you guys, because Griff wasn't super far away, I don't think. So he's not right alongside Griff. So let's hope Griff doesn't shake it off and shoot him in the back of the head, because he just turned his back on him. Where is it? What is it? 8d6? Holy shit.
Ought to be halved.
He came in like a wrecking ball. Let's roll this out here.
Should be quartered.
Why?
The very last line under underwater combat says, creatures and objects that are fully immersed in water have resistance to fire damage.
Well, there you go.
Oh. I mean, I rolled a 19. I'm not worried about it anyways. I just think of it as I weigh a lot, so while we're technically in the water, I'm still walking around on the ground. So that's kind of how I'm operating this.
Like Metal Mario.
Yes, yes, exactly like Metal Mario.
16. Oh, jeez. 9. Uh, 37 points of damage, fire damage. And obviously, because it's underwater, it is halved. That you have resistance. Did anybody? So that's what it is. If you failed, so how? All right. Anything else? I think that's all he's really. No, that's
what
not
was
all.
the
Was
save
DC
that we're supposed to
Oh,
beat?
15. Sorry.
Yeah, what was the save?
Okay.
15.
I say.
Yeah, there's a trend at this point.
15, check.
I rolled
I
a
would-
16.
Who is that? Griff?
15, I would take half
Yeah.
damage.
Griff's not caught in it. That's why he moved over to you. I'm sorry. He moved over to you, turned, and then blasted everyone. I apologize if I didn't describe
Oh,
that
great.
clear.
So- okay.
Nope, because he knows, because he's connected to Dagon as well. He knows that you've been taken over. It failed on one guy, so every round he tries to take control of somebody else. So, all right. Anything else?
So that would be half damage for me if I get a 15.
Yes.
Okay, and then I'm gonna use my reaction then.
Then halved again for resistance.
For resistance. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Top of the initiative. That was the top of the initiative. Is now Griff's turn.
I was gonna use a reaction.
Oh, which one?
I have Tentacle of the Deep, so whenever I get attacked, I can reduce the damage by 1d8 as well.
Okay. So what does a tentacle like come
8.
out and take the blast for you? Because that sounds cool.
Yeah,
All right. How much did you reduce it?
8.
All right. So at the last second, you are coiled around like a squid-like tentacle, and it absorbs the majority of absorbs a big part of the blast from you, protecting you. Griff, you hear this thrumming, deep voice telling you, "Destroy the enemies. Destroy my enemies, servant of Dagon, and you will be awarded vast riches."
Correct.
I like riches. Um,
Now, it's like I said, it's entirely up to you how you want to handle it. If it's just doing attacks or trying to sabotage them in whatever way, I'll leave that to you.
you said I feel compelled to protect the stone of Dagon. Do I like see the stone of Dagon in this room, or
but you can feel it pulling on you and influencing you probably 100 feet or so away.
okay?
It's not here in this pathway, but if you had to guess, if running down the rest of this hallway, you would eventually find it.
Okay. Griff is gonna. I guess he's already close to the mayor, but he's he's gonna sort of look at the mayor, look at himself, because he still looks like the mayor.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
For 1 hour, right?
Yeah,
He's gonna say,
I forgot.
"Hey, listen, either I'm you or you're me, but we gotta protect this stone. I'm gonna go.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go protect it from these heathens."
Good. Go do this. I will keep them here, and I will drown them in the currents of Dagon.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. You do that. If I like feel like the presence of the stone, I'm just gonna try to go towards it. But if not, I'm
you
gonna
can.
ask this guy.
You can
Okay, cool, cool.
feel its pull. You know, you can gauge where it's at. Kind of like a I don't want to say like a sonar, but you can feel it tugging on you and pulling you in a direction.
Okay.
So, are you going to dash towards it or just normal move, double move?
Normal movement, and I'm gonna fire one bolt back as I'm running.
Whoops! I missed.
Swimming? You mean swimming?
I was saying, did I hear all this?
You're swimming. Well, so here's the thing. Normally I would say it's really hard, but because of all the water in the way, but I would say you'd probably be able to. So does underwater breathing doesn't necessarily mean you can speak really clear, I don't think. I would say yeah, you could kind of hear it. Only because your and Morgan's perception is effing ridiculous. So even if it was muffled underwater, you'd be like, I'm pretty sure he said some sketchy shit. So yeah, you do hear this, but you're not sure if it's a ploy or anything.
I can hear it too because I can hear and speak clearly underwater as a Triton.
Oh, right, he's a Triton.
Oh, that's
yeah.
right. You can for sure. Is that anywhere in the stat block, or is that just assumed?
That's in its stats, yeah.
Yeah, so it must be that
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
normally you can't hear very well underwater. But yeah, you guys heard him as he's going away. Who are you attacking?
I'm not sure. Whoever I can see that's closest to the mayor.
Now that would probably be I think Chihiro was the one that kept her distance. It was blasting from a distance alongside of Karos. So either one of those two would be pretty would be closest to the mayor.
Okay. It is a 21 to hit.
Do you want me to pick the target so you don't feel bad if you hurt somebody?
Well, I'd say yeah. I'd say like he's going for the easiest target. So.
Oh, that would certainly be Chihiro then. I'm sorry.
Okay.
What'd you say? You got a 21?
That was a 21 to hit, and it's
I don't know
7 damage.
I was gonna say I don't know what her AC is, but I'm sure that's gonna hit.
Sorry.
Like a high, very painful hit.
So you loosen a bolt and it catches. Do you have any like shield spell or anything to?
No,
Oh,
I've
that's
I've
unfortunate.
got mending and that's it.
Well, maybe you can mend that broken arrow in your chest.
Yeah.
All right. So he looks back and you're not sure if he was targeting you or what, but he managed to somehow hit you with his arrow and you take 7 points of damage. As he swims his way towards Griff. As you make your way towards the murky water, you start swimming down the swimming past everyone down the hall. Anything else, Griff? Do you have extra attack?
That's- I do, but I think like yes, I do have a extra attack. Yeah, you can attack twice.
Are you choosing
so I guess
not
yeah,
to?
I guess I could.
You don't have to if you don't want to. I'm not gonna make you potentially kill a player.
Yeah.
Even though I'm pretty sure
I
that's
was-
what
Any more
Dagon's
than you
supposed to do.
already are.
Yeah, I was thinking
No.
of it more of a thing like his focus is getting to the stone.
Okay. I got you. All right.
So this was sort of like I'm just shooting, like doing the like John Woo jumping and firing
I love
back
it.
behind me.
All right. Awesome. You guys see Griff kind of speed along, swimming through the tunnel. 7.
I'm gonna close with the mayor and see if I can't finish him off.
You can certainly try.
Certainly try. All right, I need a 15 or higher on the die to get him. So,
Oh yeah,
this
because
will
he
be.
still has a shield effect left if he wants to cast it.
Yep. So, 2 daggers, regular attack, bonus action. So first attack, 18 on the die, so that'll definitely hit. That's 25 to hit.
Yep.
Yes.
You get it.
All right. So daggers are D4. Need a D4 and 4, 6. Oh yeah. Wait, so 10. 19 points of piercing damage.
Ooh, hang on, I gotta do some math here because that's getting close. All right. Yeah. So, what are you doing? Dagger.
Yes.
Your dagger as you begin your thrusting attack, he pops up his barrier, and you see, it's coming. So as you hit with, you come in with your dagger, you almost you twist your body and spin and catch him and penetrate right through, cracking his watery shield and slashing open into his gut and running a blade up to the pierced part of his chest. He's hurting bad. You can see blood spewing out of it. He starts coughing up blood a little bit, but he still tries to hold out his hand and looks to try to cast a spell at you. He is not quite there, but he is getting close.
All right, I'm gonna offhand get a dagger. There's a 16 on the die. Is a hit. 23.
Yep.
All right, this is just a D4, no bonuses, right? Yes, because it's offhand.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just see if I can get high. 4.
Nice. You do a spin and follow up with your next blade right into deeper into his wound, cutting a plus sign into his wound, all the way up to another dagger cut. He starts coughing up blood, more so than he already was, because I can't think of any other description to add to that. But unfortunately, he is still floating. He is still floating.
I do a lot of damage.
Yeah, we all float down here.
Right, using my laughter. Still?
Left. That's left.
All right.
6.
I'll tell you what.
6
Since I have a
points.
couple of daggers sticking in him, I'm gonna position myself around, and I'm just be like holding him by his daggers like a corn cob, pointing him right at Chihiro.
As he's flying, giving him a nice good aim.
Nice
Chihiro.
target.
Just floating here, like get him.
Chihiro, you're up.
Do I get an advantage on that then?
For
'Cause
what?
he's
Oh, it's just
pinning him
flavor.
in place.
That's just flavor. Sorry.
Okay.
I loved it. It was great. He twists him, turns, and says, "Get him!" You got this. Don't miss.
I
He says,
I
"You will
do.
not defeat Dagon."
Yeah, I think I will with 24.
Oh shit! roll me some damage.
He's dead. 14.
How does it end?
The black ice transforms into the spear tridents, and as it hits, it cuts off not only his head, but it also quarters him as well. At the same time, like a fish.
You. That's
I
awesome.
gutted him like a fish.
That's awesome. Between the two of you, you could sell his corpse at a fish market. His body is left trembling. Griff, you feel a sudden burst of anger and rage coming from the stone. It has control of you. Serving it. You are serving it. At this point. As you arrive in the room, you see this giant complex pillar with all these strange water-like sigils wrapped around it and carved into it. It's coming out in the middle of this like round room with massive tentacles flailing out that appear to be reaching through another dimension, that are surrounding it and are lashing about. And he says, "You are my new champion. Defend me. Take their lives, and I shall reward you the greatest riches beyond your imagination. A life you will never want for anything. Do you hear me, Griff the Complete?"
I hear you, boss. It all sounds good.
He says, "They know you're here. Ambush them when they come back, when they come out. Do you hear me?"
Loud and clear.
All right. Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
All right. This is actually going to be at disadvantage because I'm wearing chainmail. The one time I'm glad that that's happening. It's an 11.
Oh man, that Morgan and Seven are gonna just see through that so easy. All right, so you climb up along you walk along the water-filled roof over top of the entrance that you swam in, with your crossbow pointing down, waiting for somebody to peek their head through. All right, so the rest of you, the corpse is drifting and floating in the water. The water doesn't seem to be retreating. What do you guys do? Griff has swum on ahead.
Would you like me to make it retreat?
I'm fine with it. I'd prefer not to have it, but my thought is Griff sounds like he may have switched sides. These people are fond of mind control. I've been there, done that. I don't know if it came from the mayor or if it came from something else, so he may have switched back, but we need to go find out. I want to search the body quickly with my bonus action investigate. Mayor's body.
All right. So go ahead and.
Which is a
investigate.
24. 24.
Hang on. There is. He's got something, but I have to find it. Hang on. Damn it. In his hand, he has this kind of contraption wrapped around his hand that he released the lightning bolts. It's basically like a Michael Jackson style chain glove that is in fact it's a wand of lightning bolts, but it's not a wand. It's like a glove gizmo. And it has no charges remaining.
I'll grab it anyways.
And you find That's the only magic item you find. You find some weird things like a seashell. You find a medallion of Dagon underneath his outfit. Anything else? Nope. Okay. You guys begin to make your way down the corridor. And as you approach, Morgan and Seven, you spot a strange, billowy shadow on the floor as you're swimming down the hall. The light source in this room only is these little purple crystals that are inside the room, casting a bright shadow or bright light. And you spot a dancing shadow from up above the doorway there, Seven.
I'm gonna step back, and so like I'm not gonna be ambushed, and I'm gonna say, "Griff, are you with us?" And I'm gonna listen.
Sounds like a no.
It's up to you.
Yeah, just being
Great.
silent. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I think you're saying that he wouldn't answer, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You hear crickets. Or you hear water.
Okay.
Right. Grip.
Because
Don't
you're...
Alright.
Murlocs in this cave.
So you...
So having dealt with this, it's my intention to knock his ass out until he
All right.
convinces me otherwise.
So he won't get any ambush advantage or anything like that, but should we just use the same initiative, or you want me to go ahead and just have you guys re-roll initiative?
Yeah, just use the same initiative.
Okay, so
I'm
as
fine
you...
with just continue. I'm kind of been thinking of it as the same event.
Yeah, that's kind of how I was treating it, but I didn't want somebody to say, "Oh, I'm last, Karos." All right, so as you walk in, Griff does release his readied action, but it isn't ambush or any surprise or anything because you know he's there.
Actually, I wanted to take the before I moved into range, knowing where he's at. I wanted to take the dodge action as I was going in.
Griff, Seven walks in, or swims in, or no, he does walk because he's friggin' Metal Mario walking along the
Mario.
bottom. And what do you do?
I'm gonna shoot at him.
All right, and you'll have disadvantage because he is dodging.
And that is definitely a miss. It's a 4.
So just as you expected, Seven, a bolt comes lashing out. You were ready for it, so as you step in, you see movement, and you step back, and it just right in front of you. And you look up, and there's Griff hanging from the ceiling. His eyes look
Hey,
kind of
Seven.
cold.
Hey, bud, we gotta protect this stone for Dagon. You wanna help me out?
I'll come help you.
Thanks.
Oh, I love it. What are you gonna do, Seven?
I'm sorry, but
how
the
far
look
away is
on
he?
your face when you say that, it's priceless. I'll come help you.
He's on the ceiling. It's a short distance away, and then in the center of this room is this black this obelisk pillar thing that's coated in like carvings of underwater alien type looking creatures. Something looks very similar to the thing you saw outside, and there is like 10 massive 20-foot tentacles reaching through what looks like a rift in the ground that are flailing about around this thing.
All right. So I used my action for the dodge.
Yep.
So I'm going to.
What? Oh no.
You said he's a short distance away.
Who's here?
I move at half speed for swimming, but I will use my bonus action dash to make up for that. And so I'm basically going to like a jump up, like the kids in the corner of the swimming pool. I'm gonna grab on as much as I can to the rock wall and just kind of like jump climb because I still weigh a lot and I don't want to deal with swimming, like trying to swim. And I'm going to use that as my swimming 30 feet to get within melee range of Griff.
So you're gonna pull yourself by the rock crap to catch up to him. That's so hilarious. All right. So you do.
And then because I dodged, I have no.
Right. And that's it. That's everything, right?
Just get within melee range, just because I know he doesn't like it when people are up in his space.
Chihiro, what are you gonna do?
I can't see this obelisk, can I yet?
You guys can see it. You've moved into the main chamber.
Is it in primordial? The
It
writing?
is. It is written. And you want to know what it says?
Please.
Give me a second. You found. It says, "All hail the supreme King of the deep. He who will feed us. He who will protect us from the crashing waves. He who will give us all that we have, or all that we need, and ask for little in return. All hail Dagon, God of all, Lord of the sea."
All hail Dagon.
he didn't even miss
It's Karos' patron anyway.
It doesn't really say anything like that, other than it looks like somebody scribbled in writing to show what it represents. You do see some arcane glyphs on it. If you'd give me an Arcana check, please. What'd you get?
16.
You do spot the glyphs as some sort of source for illusory magic. With a 16, I'm not going to give you much more than that, but you do spot that they are all of these little sigils. There's the exact same amount of tentacles, 8, as sigils, which represents like an octopus or probably some other. I don't know how many does a squid have, but so there's some sort of correlation there. Anything else? That's a knowledge check, so I'm not gonna. That's just you trying to read it. So, is there anything else you want to do?
I'm just thinking. Can I cast blindness on Griff?
Yes, you can.
Can you make a con save, please?
Griff.
What save? Sorry.
A con.
Con save. That is
That
a
thing's
6.
So big. That's what she said.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna put a hole in you.
We've been friends for so long. So this.
Blinded for 1 minute.
So a dark
I'm
ink-like
helping, buddy. I'm
spray
helping.
splashes into his face, and coats around his head like a smog is around your head. Anything else, Chihiro? What's that? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
That was an action.
Yep.
No, there's nothing else.
All right, Morgan. There are 8 tentacles surrounding the strange obelisk, and Griff is about to get reamed by your bro there.
Yep.
7. So what are you gonna do?
I'm going to ask Chihiro, how do you think we destroy this? Karos? Chihiro? 81?
I mean, I will guess by destroying the glyphs.
As a magic caster, you would know that you could physically try to destroy it, or you could try to overwhelm its magical defenses by filling it with a rush of your own magical energy. But either one of those has risks. Destroying a magical object might release all the energy in it stored at once. So that could be a very explosive situation. Likewise, channeling arcane power into it to disrupt it might have unintended consequences as well. But both of
So
those
this
are
is
valid
like a-
options.
So this is sort of like a gateway for the primordial energies to come into this plane, or I'm just trying to understand.
No,
a little
that's a pretty good apt description,
better. Okay.
as
Cool.
far as you can
Alright.
tell.
Okay.
As far as I can
Um,
tell, I'm guessing it is.
So we take out those things around it and then the center, or should? Yeah, I don't have enough spells left to overwhelm it with magical energies, so it's
Yeah,
gonna
I
have to be brute
have
force.
used spells that if
Mhm.
push comes to shove, I will use, but don't want to use them in a swing state.
I could do something about it, but we'll all go boom. That's what I just heard.
So then I'm gonna come over to the first of the. You said there are 8 like tentacles
There are 8.
around.
Yep, 8 giant 20-foot like tentacles flailing around this thing.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the first one and use my spell Thunderclap on it and see what happens.
All right, is that an attack roll?
That is a Constitution saving throw. It has to be 15.
So as you what is that ability? Is that like a small thunder wave? Is that what that is?
Is a small thunder wave? Yes.
Okay. So as you release the torrent of energy, you see a kind of a distortion in the tendrils. But
Like they're not there.
exactly like they're not there.
Got it. Okay. I'm glad I used a cantrip on it.
Once you hit it, it turns almost a translucent blue, and you can see through this flailing tentacle.
Okay.
Anything else,
So
Morgan?
Yeah, I'm gonna shift my focus on the pillar in the center instead. Then, yeah, that's it. That's all I can do this round. Thank you.
When you hit the tentacle, you hear a whisper in your mind, "Daughter of the deep." What do you do, Karos?
I am going to come over. I think I'll just use 2 bolts of Eldritch Blast at the. You said there's like a stone obelisk type thing in the center of the tentacles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast at that.
Okay. Give me some attack rolls. Oh shit.
13 to hit.
Yeah.
And 11 to hit.
Pillar.
Yeah. Yeah. It's only got an AC of 10, so it doesn't really move or anything, and it's a pretty big broadside of a barn. Go ahead and give me damage rolls.
So one was a 4 total hit damage, and then the other one is a 7.
Your blast streak through the water and crash into this thing. and a rush of purple lightning surrounds it and releases a thrum of energy. Everyone give me a Constitution saving throw.
That can't evade con. Oh, but I still could roll high.
I love that his complaint changes halfway through. He's like, I can't. Oh, that's good.
I'm +0 on con, so
Yeah, can't help you there. The DC is still 15.
No.
oh shit.
9.
13.
4.
Gonna had a plus something, but not on this guy. He's 0.
Griff will also have to make this save because he's in the room. That also
Oh
means,
man, you mean I'm gonna take damage?
that also means you get to roll the wisdom save as well, Griff, to break the thing. It is 18 points of force damage.
Ouch.
DC.
You can uncanny dodge and have that.
I'm sorry, Chihiro.
What was the DC to save?
15.
Oh, I passed. Fine.
She's like, I got it. It's half damage on a success.
Oh.
It's the first time I've
Feel
taken
so
damage this
bad.
entire module.
Yeah, you're an asshole.
I'm going to use my reaction to try and decrease
uncanny
that
dodge.
damage.
Okay. Can you do that? And
I had this nice pristine white.
armor, and I done messed it up.
I think so. Yeah, let me see that again.
All right. Everyone got their damage calculated and everything they took.
Yep.
Anything else, Karos?
I'm going to use a bonus action to make a tentacle pop up near the stone, near one of the other tentacles, and I'm going to attack one of the tentacles with my tentacle.
Okay. That's kind of like some horrible, nightmarish Cthulhu shit right there. Tentacle on tentacle action there. All right. So you raise the tentacle up, and it swipes and swipes, and then you see one of the tentacles distort as yours is flailing around, trying to twist around it. And it immediately
19 to hit.
turns translucent blue as you realize that it's an illusion.
Oh.
Daughter of the deep, protect your master Dagon. Morgan, give me a wisdom saving throw. Did Griff save against the controller? Did it break? Can't hear you, boss.
What kind of saving throw was I supposed to make for that?
Wisdom saving throw. Because you took damage, you have the chance to break the control.
Oh, I got a 14 plus. I got a 15.
Meter beat. So you were able to. You kind of shake it loose, and you can't see shit. It is like so dark everywhere you look. Somebody turn the lights off.
That's right. I was blinded.
I rolled a 16. Well, I rolled a 12, but my wisdom modifier.
All right. So this voice runs through your body, beckoning you to come to its aid. You shake it off like Tay-Tay. All right. Top of the round. Griff. It is dark and pitch black as hell. You can't see around you. You're still breathing water, and it tastes rancid and like seaweed.
Griff just shouts, "Hey, you guys are messing this up for me. I was about to get a whole bunch of riches from this Dagon dude."
He's like, I got this. That's funny.
I think Griff is not really gonna do anything other than like he just can't see, so he's probably just gonna rub his eyes or like try to, stumble around or something.
So
can I insight that, or do I have to wait till my turn?
For what are you trying to do?
We're just trying to figure out if he's freed from the thing or not. Otherwise, I'm still gonna put a hole in him.
That comment isn't exactly
Right,
like,
clear. It's
I
not
know,
like,
that's what I'm
hey, I'm
just like,
free.
I
to
can't.
him just yet.
You guys are messing this up. I was about to get riches. It's like, well, wait a minute. Yeah, you're right. No, that didn't sound convincing. I am gonna keep putting a hole in him. All right.
He's not even gonna know what's gonna happen because he can't see nothing. He's just gonna.
No, and
get
I'll have
stabbed.
advantage, and it'll be sneak attack damage, and it'll be. Oh no! I'll stabilize him. That's fine.
Does Griff want to take the dodge? I guess he has no reason to know that he's under attack.
Blind.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless I hear it coming or something.
all you hear is
I mean,
of the water moving.
does he remember everything
No.
up until this point, or is it like a weird
no,
gap?
That just sounds like my buddy Seven coming towards me. No problem.
It doesn't. Let me check because I don't think it actually talks about any of that, like the memory thing.
Aware of your actions while under there.
Oh, it doesn't say
Charge
that.
dominate.
It's dominate
No, I'm
person.
just saying
Yeah, that's what I gotta
know.
go find. Dominate person while the target is charmed. Blah blah blah. I don't really see anything. Cause like the other spells, like friends say they know you were charmed,
Yeah.
in the text, and
Yes,
I
doesn't
don't
say
see that. So I would say he probably isn't fully aware. He might be aware of the first initial contact where he was offered something, but once he was taken control of, not so much. So yeah, I don't see that. And since other spells do say the person knows they were controlled or manipulated, I would say that he wouldn't. All right, so yes, it is now Seven's turn as you are climbing up one arm up to the. You make it to Griff. What are you gonna do besides stabbing?
I haven't heard anything that's convinced me that the effect has ended.
Right. All
So
right.
I'm coming to help my friend who's been dominated. I'm gonna make him take a little nap, and then wake him up, and he'll be fine.
Are you
So
doing non-lethal damage?
I am doing non-lethal damage.
I always feel like I gotta ask that.
Yeah. No. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's a hit. I'm pretty sure you don't break 20, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put the hole in there. Let's see. Here's a D4. Not too high actually. Let's see. It's only 4, 8, 10, 11, 12, 16 points of damage. So, are you still awake?
I'm still awake.
Okay, well, I'm
But
gonna
I'm still awake.
keep going then.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's even higher. 22. So, but this one's only the D4. Oop, no, I'll miss the tower. Still gonna keep it. 2 points, 2 more points. So, not as high as it could have been. Definitely are blinded, and suddenly you have 2 new holes in you, and you're not really sure why.
All right. Anything else?
Ow! Hey, Seven, is that you? There's something nearby me attacking me.
Are you back with us?
Good. I'm back. I've always been with you.
No, you switched sides for a little bit there.
Look, I heard an offer for riches and wealth, and I thought we were all on board. My bad.
He's just so chill about it. All right. What is Chihiro gonna do?
Hero is obviously, before she was on a rush of like just because she just killed someone. Now she's probably had time to think over
Adrenaline.
her, what she's looking at in this obelisk. And is it alright if she makes a second Arcana check?
Yes, you can.
Natural 20.
So you know that you could. This obelisk is a conduit, a a tool that is bound to this deity, kind of like a physical avatar, and through which it can work, in which it can reach this plane, and it can extend its reach and its influence through this device. You can see easily that it is imbued with energies to ward off attackers. While in and of itself, it can't do much unless attacked, except for reach out with illusions and its mental influences, which you realize now is probably how the port came under its control, by it slowly introducing, bringing people within a close enough range for it to manipulate them. If you outright attack it, you realize it'll release the torrents of energy that are flowing and connecting it to the plane of water, which is what happened earlier with the burst of energy from the strikes. But you think if you could twist the weave around it, or overload it with too much energy, or even shut it down with some sort of anti-magic field, you may be able to bring it to deactivating it. But anything more violent tendencies could lead to an unstable response and cause it to potentially go boom. So
One of my big spells that I've got might do it.
So, what spells?
Banishment.
I don't know what to do with that information. You can certainly try.
It's not an exact attack. It's just a displacement of the item.
Yes. Yes, it is.
It would have to make a charisma saving throw. Charisma save.
I don't think objects can do that. Like,
How did the rock have charisma?
I was gonna say, I don't know that it would get a save. I'll have to look that up. I'm just gonna say it just poofs out of existence. All the tentacles instantly vanish.
Goes back to its native plane.
How long does that last?
Well, if it failed its save, then it's concentration for 1 minute.
Okay.
At the end of that minute, if her concentration hasn't failed, the banishment is permanent.
It sends it just right back to its original.
Attempt to send one creature that you can see within range to another place of existence. The target must succeed on a charisma saving throw, will be banished. The target is native to the plane of existence you're on. You banish it to a harmless demi-plane. While there, the target is incapacitated. The target remains there until the spell ends, at which point the target reappears in the space it left or in the nearest unoccupied space if that space is occupied. If the target is native to a different plane of existence than the one you're on, the target is banished with a faint popping noise, returning to its home plane. If the spell ends before 1 minute has passed, the target reappears in the space it left or in the nearest unoccupied space if that space is unoccupied. Otherwise, the target doesn't return. If it is native to the plane of water, it stays there.
So yeah, it's not coming back. I didn't expect that, and honestly, I did not know that.
I've been sitting on that spell for a while because I thought I could use it earlier, and then I had another reader and I thought no, because it wouldn't make sense to use it then.
It's been funny to use that on the avatar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking it, but I thought.
So with a loud pop, and a massive, beautiful, glowing and bubbling effect, it sucks in on itself and it's gone. And doesn't come back. Yeah.
We're just sitting here and floating in some water under.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even.
I kind of wish we could have destroyed it. Like, not gonna lie.
It's weird having it no explosions or death scenes.
I just worried it'll come back. You know.
It was the fact that as soon as I someone cast a spell it, I was like, well, that's it. I can't do much to it, that attack wise. So I was like, the
That
only way
nearly
to
killed
do
me.
it is to attack it by not attacking it, but by getting rid of it.
That was and that's the
Yeah,
whole
that's
point
fine.
of this particular
Yeah.
challenge is brute force isn't supposed to be the solution.
Well, it's
It,
either that or get my calligraphy skills out and write new arcane writing on
so
it.
yeah, there's a skill challenge that I can run that I was feeding into every time you did those checks that leads you to rewriting the weave around it and redirecting it so it loses its connection. But I guess that doesn't matter nearly as much when you just poof it away. Like I was like, I got a whole challenge here. I didn't even get to run, but that's okay. That's why I love D&D. I didn't predict that. I love it. It's awesome. So the thing poofs out of existence, and you guys are left there floating in the cave with the purple glowing crystals around the outside. No more tentacles. There's a big empty spot where the obelisk was.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this water now.
All right. Do you cast control
I'm
water?
gonna use control water to slowly let it drain out of the room so that
Yeah.
it doesn't just wash us all away.
So you push all the water out and it drains with a toilet flushing noise as it all goes out. You guys start making your way out of the cave. You've washed the corpse of the mayor out of there. And when you come out and you make your way back towards the ocean shoreline, you see something very odd. All of the buildings are fully constructed again, as if they were never damaged.
An illusion.
Illusion.
Yeah.
Play.
It
Illusion
was.
versus illusion.
Yeah, that's why I
a
was
good
stuck.
one. Okay.
That's
yeah.
why I was stuck, because I was like, the guy controlling it was the mayor. It was his illusion. And how, unless he's watching you, would he know, and then would he send it there? But otherwise, it's not going to react. So I was just like, I'm going to pretend he's watching. He's going to follow it. I don't know.
It's okay. So the next bit of fun, dominate person requires that you're on the same plane of existence.
For what?
By banishing it, all dominates end.
Yes.
So anyone in the town who was
Anyone in
the
town is
manipulated.
no longer
been
banished.
completely purged by it.
Yeah, and that is actually in the ending of this. So as you guys make your way back to the town, there are a lot of people stepping out of their houses, and a look of complete and utter confusion on their faces. Some of them are just terrified and shocked. The world around them has changed. Some have been. Well, why don't you? So you guys, where do you guys go now? Back to the inn, or to the
I need
town?
a long rest.
Where's Terza?
She's
Yeah.
actually. I
Probably should have had her with us the whole time.
Well, no, she specifically had ran ahead when you guys went to the the town hall, and she went ahead, and
Okay.
then I actually forgot to describe her floating corpse, and that's totally on me, because she ran into the cave ahead of you and was supposed to be fighting him. So I rolled dice 2 out of 3 to see if she was alive or dead when you got there, and she wasn't. But I forgot to describe that she was there in one of the traps that triggered in the fight with the mayor. So that's on me. But thank you for asking.
Always check after my
Actu-
NPCs.
Actually, that's what was supposed to happen. But since I didn't actually tell you that, we'll say she's at the inn right now, and I can figure something out there when you go talk to her. So
She got lost in the caverns, and we find her on our way out.
that's it. I'm
Because
going
she
with
didn't have
that.
my map.
She nearly
Yeah,
nearly
she didn't have the
drowned.
map. But she also could breathe underwater, so she was.
You
just
did
lost
cast her under there? All right, so as you guys are sitting there and are heading back, she comes out.
Specifically, he
breathing.
told me to make sure Terza got
did.
it.
I said, I don't
Seven
need
didn't
it.
need it.
Get Terza. And then she said, oh, but I can do 10 people. And I said, okay,
Yeah.
well then grab some extras or something.
All right, so Terza, she comes out. She says, What happened? I'm so thankful that you cast that spell on me. The whole chamber filled. I was already lost. The chamber rushed with water, and then I couldn't see where I was going. I couldn't see nothing. It was a horrible experience. But then I stumbled into a room of dark of crystals in what looks like a empty square in the corpse of the mayor. On my way out, what did you find?
At the city hall, we found a map of those caverns. So
That certainly would have helped. I knew I shouldn't have gone ahead. You know, I usually have my servant for this stuff. Any of you looking for a job?
I have one, thank you.
Alright. She says, so what did you learn?
The mayor, that the people of the town were being controlled by an orb of Dagon, extraplanar creature, influencing this town, and the point of control is gone back to its home plane. So
That is
we'll have to
a fantastic
ensure
tale.
that it does not
Bibbidi
return.
bobbidi boo.
But
What's that?
We went bibbidi bobbidi boo.
I see. So how long were they under the influence of that artifact?
we'll have to find out.
So so you guys make your way back to the shit, what's the name of the
Okay,
stupid inn?
Sailing in.
Smooth sailing.
Smooth Sailing.
Smooth sailing.
You guys make your way back to the Smooth Sailing. And instantly, one of the first things you notice is that the sky is starting to clear up. The rain has stopped. As you're trekking through the mud through the city, you see people running out of their houses and looking around. Some are just in tears, crying out, and what has happened? What's going on? How did I get here? All these things as you guys enter back into the Smooth Sailing. And there is the waitresses sitting on the ground, bawling their eyes out. The bartender is nowhere to be found. And everyone is just, or half the people are crying. The people that are strangers, not so much, but you hear them begging, does anybody know what happened? Why am I... And she looks down at her hand. She says, why am I so wrinkly? What has happened? What has happened?
I'm gonna step onto the bar.
We need a bard in our party now. This is
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be so terribly blunt because my 0 charisma is about to shine through.
Oh boy. Please don't get us all drawn and quartered.
Before I enter the inn, can I cast fog cloud outside?
Sure. Why? Are you trying to start some more
I know.
crazy shit?
He needs to run away undetected.
All right. You cast fog cloud, and it surrounds the building. All right. So what were you gonna say, Seven?
I was going to step up onto the bar and ask anybody if they or somebody freaking out, and look at them and
You
say,
know what
"What
date it
year
is."
do you think it is?"
Oh, son of a bitch! I'm not even gonna try with the calendar bullshit.
No, just tell me how many years they're off from current date.
The one of the older ladies, one of the older waitresses says it's 30 years ago. Another one says
Wow.
it's 20 years ago. Another one says it's 10 years ago.
All right,
You're
before
able,
that gets too excited, I say, okay. The city has been under the influence of a massive dominate spell spread out over an exceedingly large period of time. It is ended. The current year is
This year,
whatever the hell it currently is.
right? I don't know.
So there have clearly been changes from what you all remember. You will have to adapt to the new and current situation. That's all he's gonna say, and then he's gonna get done off the bar.
So several of them just are crying. She says, "Is that why I'm so old? I wasn't even married yet." And and they are just the world is turned upside down for these people. And
I lean over to her and be like, "It's okay. Marriage isn't the only thing to life." And I hold up my hand with no ring either.
she says,
Plenty more of life to have and live.
Look, I'm old."
Except she lost out on hers.
She lost out her whole life.
You still have what's in front of you. Don't focus on what is behind.
So with that, the young the shit. Hang on, I already forgot her fucking name again. Terza, right? Yeah. She walks up and says, "I am most impressed with you, heroes. As I have said before, as the emissary of the Goldleaf Trading Consortium in the city of Four Winds." That's not right. As the emissary of the Goldleaf Trading Consortium, you have freed Ashenport from the bonds of servitude. And for that, we will offer you our thanks. Now, I personally cannot offer you much more than that. But should you arrive in any of the major cities, such as Neverwinter or Waterdeep, show them this. And she scribbles out several little notes to you guys and says, and inquire, show this to any arms or weaponsmith, armor master or weapon master, to acquire a reward for your services. Each one of you can choose for the character you're playing one rare item out of the Dungeon Master Guide for the final completion of this adventure. So plus whatever else you picked up. You guys will have to decide who's gonna get the wand that dropped, though, because that can only go to one person, and that character can carry it into any of the other adventures. So does anybody? So who gets the wand of lightning bolts?
You recharge it? Does it recharge?
It does at dawn.
Oh. Who
It
wants
just
a
had been spent for
wand
that
of
day.
Yeah.
wand of lightning bolts that's actually a glove?
Yeah. A glove just sounds so much cooler than a wand. You know what I mean?
That was diplomacy, I think is what it's called. It was the magic item they created in Critical Role Season 1. He creates a glove that he can charge with lightning to touch people and zap them.
Oh, I just took
But
Soulcasters
he-
from Stormlight Archives, but either way.
Well, he just calls it diplomacy though, because he zaps people and he's shaking their hands.
I love it. So who's gonna get that before we close out here? Anybody want it?
I've already got an item from finishing out the last series that
Okay.
we did, so I don't need. This gives me 2. So if there are others of you that are continuing on and wanting to play, I wouldn't want to deprive you of an opportunity to.
Oh, that's
This
so
this
nice.
will be my second, and I would say Chihiro got the kill. Always
Yeah.
offer that up.
What do you think?
It'll be my first ever magic item ever.
Oh,
Do
first
it.
magic item
Yeah,
ever.
Give it to her.
Are you cool with it, Griff?
Here you go.
Heroes?
It's all yours. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Awesome. Well,
Kiro's
congratulations.
gonna go to the waterfront and then cast wall of water and then walk into the water and then dispel the magic so he can go under the water.
Oh, that's some Aquaman level shit right there.
Okay. Yeah,
And
totally.
So you Chihiro, you'll get that magic item, plus everyone will get one rare magic item out of the DMG of their choice for the character they're playing now. Please, when you do go into a game with me, just remind me that you have something like that. Because sometimes if there's too many magic items, I gotta make the challenges a little bit more difficult because they get so powerful. Like, being out of spell slots and still be able to drop lightning bolts left and right. The wand. Anyways, I think that'll do it for our adventure for the last episode of The Last Breaths of Ashenport. I want to thank you guys so much for your for watching, and I want to thank all of my players here for supporting our show, Crit Academy, by becoming patrons. And I want to thank you for playing with me tonight. I always have so much fun when you guys play D&D with me. It's so fun to watch the whole banishing of the thing that just that's gonna be reeling over in my head for days. So I loved it. So before we close out, we'll go through. Tell me who you are and what you liked about the story. The Last Breaths of Ashenport. We will start with Chihiro, because I'm sure she's excited to go to bed.
No, at this point I'm gone past sleep. No, I played Chihiro, Savannah, Tabaxi, Sorcerer, and my best bit is literally the banishment spell.
Awesome. What about you, Sarah?
I'm Sarah. I played Morgan, and I think the thing that I really loved is just this group of people, and the fact that you guys all have done such a beautiful job of playing to your characters, sticking with that no matter what got handed our way. It made everything so much fun and so interesting, and like, usually when someone gets turned against the party, it's like, this is so hard, and I just love how you, Griff, embraced that and was
Me too.
yeah, going with it. It was
I
like,
love it.
Yeah,
Fits his shirt.
that's what the spell did do you, so might as well go with it.
Awesome.
That was awesome.
How about you, Karos?
I'm Steven. I played Karos. Favorite part was using control water to get rid of the tidal wave.
Bastard. I also would like to say that you also played a character that pissed in the confessional.
Wow.
Yes, my pirate.
I love it. All right, Griff.
Hey, I'm Lou. I played Griff. I actually just remembered I have a miniature of this guy.
Oh,
it
that's
looks like.
awesome. If you could get in really... When you guys have miniatures, if you want them to show up on the stream, take a picture of them, and I started tinkering with little tokens that I'm using for the characters to sit them on the screen. You'll see that in our home games now. So if that's something you want to see and have in the games, let me know, and I'll find a way to make it work. So sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I thought that was... I like it when people got minis, and then you don't get to show them when it's online, so...
Yeah. I think my favorite part of it was I didn't know what I was gonna do with turning into the mayor or looking like the mayor. So when we walked in and his two secretaries were there, that was just delightful.
I wish I would have remembered when you walked in we're fighting him, because I totally could have roleplayed that more like imposter, but I totally forgot until you pointed it out. And last but certainly least, Troy. I kid.
I have never gotten to put so many holes in my allies in a module before.
Hell yeah.
But no, I'm Troy. I played 7 the Warforged, and I got to knock out that pirate. Got knocked out when I was dominated.
Yep.
And then recovered from that. I saved him, and then now getting to almost knock out Griff. What were you down to? Just out of curiosity.
10. Oh, actually 8, because 8 hit points.
Okay. Yeah, no. I rolled a couple of 1s, so that was much lower than it could have been on the sneak attack damage.
Wonderful.
No, I definitely liked that, and I liked the fun use of spells has been a blast. Because I'm actually playing a character that's not a spellcaster. So I'm sitting here the whole time going, who's got cancel? Who's got counterspell? Who's got do something? Cast control water? Because I don't know. I mean, I can do everything else. Everything else. Because this character, I made him a long time ago. I've had him in other mods, but God, he felt purpose made for this module. So this has been awesome, and I probably I don't know that I can give him up. I'll probably bring him back next module too because he's just too awesome.
Yeah.
Been
Uh,
super fun playing with 7.
Yeah, I want to say that this module is usually one I think that would get avoided because of all the mind control stuff and the illusion stuff, and those I have found harder to deal with. You guys have handled it like champs, and that has just made it all the better of an adventure. So thank you guys so much for that. So
Yeah.
that being it, I think we'll go ahead and close out. I am Justin, DM Total Dumas. I run the Dungeons and Dragons discussion podcast Crit Academy. You can join us live every single week at 7 p.m. Eastern, except for in 2 weeks because it's the holiday and we're gonna not record, but that's another thing. Come join us. We talk D&D every day. We give you new and creative content for you to bring with you on your next adventure. We also make all kinds of cool content for our patrons, so check that out at patreon.com/Crit Academy. And once again, keep your blades sharp and